Yeah, well, he's in the, he doesn't work at SEN anymore. AVC. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Before commencing this broadcast, Game Face would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land of which we broadcast from today. We pay our respects to elders, past and present. We would also like to acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people present with us during this broadcast.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Alexandra Park, Mornington. Massive game of footy between Seaford and Mornington in second division. The Seaford Tigers are sixth on the table, 7 wins, 4 losses. They dropped their first 3 and then they started a 7-game winning run, beating Mornington at home back in round 4 and then got beaten last week by Chelsea. Probably they were a bit flat, as were Devon, who went down to Mornington last week, are in the middle of a 3-game winning run at the moment. They've won 4 of their last 5, the Bulldogs, because of that outstanding game a couple of weeks ago, the Luke Hodge match, which was a terrific game of footy. But Mornington's starting to make their mark. They won their first game, lost their next 5, and have won 4 of their past 5. As I say, the Devon Meadows win a big one last week. Still a lot of players out of this Mornington side, but they're 5 and 6. They're in 8th position. They must win to stay in touch with the chasing pack to ensure they're in contention to play finals with 6 rounds left after this. Chris Holcomb will join me shortly. We're underway. Ryan Smith wins it down, gets the hand pass out to Speedy. Quick kick by Heath on his non-preferred right, inside 50. Handball comes out to Kluver. The player, I think, might have dropped the ball there as he sped by, trying to get hold of it. And a free kick goes against Bold, and Rayson receives from McGuinness, who's in the side today for Seaford. Rayson marks at half-back. He clips it back to centre half-back, and a comfortable mark taken by Frey. Frey, a half-distance pass. He finds his teammate who spins by, and he gets the handball out to Rayson. That's Teagle on the long sleeves. Kicks to Cransbuehler, couldn't take it. Picked up now in the half volley by Butner. Butner, who kicked 5 against Devon Meadows a couple of weeks ago, kicks out of bounds on the full. Got a number of players from both teams wearing our Catapult sports trackers today. We thank them very much for providing them to both the Seaford and Mornington boys, and we thank the Seaford and Mornington players for wanting to wear them, including Ishak Bashir from Seaford, Riley Hosey from Seaford, Mitch Harvey from Seaford, and Tyler Hobson from Mornington. So back into play, high kick from the Bulldogs towards the halfback flank on the outer side. No one can, in fact, there's going to be a mark paid. And Ryan Smith gets the hand pass out to Speedy. Speedy hugs the boundary towards half forward. Looking to drive his team with a lobbing ball towards centre half forward. Getting out in front. Mark was dropped through the fingers at the back. Might almost be a free kick to Seaford for a head-high tackle. And it will be a free kick at half-back to be taken on this occasion by one of Seaford's young guns, and that is Hunter Quint with the long hair at half-back on the outer side of the ground. Kicks down the line, kick turnover. Comfortable mark completed by Heath. He elects to switch towards the wing on the broadcast side in front of our commentary position here at Alexandra Park. We're broadcasting in the social club rooms. We thank the club for organising that today. That was Ash who got the footy. Got the sleeves down today. He didn't quite get hold of it. The socks down today. Didn't quite get hold of that kick properly and finds the boundary in front of our commentary position. James Cameron, at the moment, is on Philippine. Wouldn't have thought that'd be the matchup. Smith to do the ruck work. Rain wins it down. He's expecting to win a lot of them today. Harvey a handball on the up for Seaford. Tried to get it to the big ball Bashir. Taken at a tackle applied by Cameron and Speedy for Mornington. No scorers yet on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard, and our naming rights sponsor, Jeff Wignall Ford. Chris Holcomb about to join us. His daughter making a debut in A-grade netball today, so we wish her all the best. Bashir wins it from the stoppage. Handballs to Harvey on the outside. Breaks away from a Cameron tackle. Kicks down the line over the head of Cransbuehler. Bouncing ball. Here's Hosey. Hosey goes after it. He lays a good tackle on Jacoby. Jacoby inside defensive 50 for the Dogs. Hosey works hard at ground level. Jacoby nearly wrenched that away from him. Loose ball comes out now in the direction of Teagle. Taken on a tackle. Handballs to Rayson. Handballs to Harvey. Harvey kicks inside 50. Bouncing ball at the back. Who's going to get there? And the Bulldogs might knock it through for a behind. They do. Hobson was there as well, and he will inbound with his team down and behind. Early days. Goes to the outer side of the ground. And they're able to get themselves going into the middle of the ground. A good mark completed by Halsell, who did well to receive on the overlap as he got it to Angus Grant, who's come back from St Arnaud a few weeks ago. They kick it well inside 50. By Lachlan, kicks Seaford into the wing again. Good tackle in short. Player goes down on a couple of occasions. Taken in a tackle. Thought it might have almost been a free kick to go the way of Lockie Gorka. He was crunched on 2 occasions. The Seaford kick to the outer side of the ground and out of bounds on the full. And it's 1 behind to Seaford. And Mornington yet to score on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. We welcome the great man, Chris Holcomb.
Okay, Dan, how are you? Great
Good,
start.
mate.
Sorry I had to leave you in the lurch there, mate. Just a bit of netball duty.
How's she going?
Not on us yet, so might get a second half debut, I think.
I hope so. It's very exciting, isn't it? Only 14 years old. As Mornington get the free kick, they go across the half-back line. And the kick came from Matthew Kane, who's been a reliable defender. He got it now to Lothian. Lothian a handball to Cameron. Cameron kicks down the line towards half-forward, looking for the first gamer, the 17-year-old Ty Cull. And Goose is quite happy about that because he coached his father, Shane. He's coaching his son, Ty, so father and son combination. And they're just at half-forward. He's coming for Perry Lewis-Smith, who Port Melbourne have held over, even though they're not likely to play him in the VFL, which is very annoying for Mornington today.
Good to see young kids making their debut, mate.
Absolutely. Boundary throw-in, running past it, Bashir. Hands and knees, hand pass comes out from Park. It's Hugh Park. I keep calling him Hayden. And, gee, the boys gave it to me when I was in the room a little bit earlier. And it'll be thrown up, 45 from goal, 1 behind to nothing. Camilleri comes off, and Searle in the long sleeves comes on for Seaford.
Cameron going to Filippone is an interesting move because Jimmy's not usually that defensive type.
He's a forward, isn't he?
Yeah.
Rain tried to tap it down to Speedy, but he couldn't take it. Bashir's there, taking it a big tackle, had it dislodged. Good tackle laid on him by Gorka. Slips to Harvey, slips to Bashir. Bashir for Seaford, kicks to half forward now. Getting up, here's young Kennedy, takes the mark, told to play on, slips a kick inside 50. Good fist from behind. Good play to knock it to ground was Gorka. Getting at the back now, Quint. Quint paddles to his own advantage. Has a couple of opponents putting pressure on him.
Racing.
One of them's Lothian, handballs to Racing. Racing on the left, kicks across the face, but there might be a mark in the forward pocket. At the town end of the ground, running around and snapping at goal is Teakle. He's kicked a great goal. He marked just near the behind line, and he was able to open up the angle and kicks the first goal of the match, and an early candidate for goal of the day for Wellspool. For Andrew Teakle, the veteran at Seaford of 117. Mornington yet to score on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Our major sponsor today, Jeff Wignall forward.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that matchup with Jimmy Cameron going to Filippone. I think that's pretty dangerous. They've obviously banked that Jimmy's going to get a fair bit of ball and go the other way, but we've seen how much Filippone can hurt you if he gets a ball. That day at Devon, mate, that first half was electric.
Was. And also put Rory Hillis on him and closed him down the second half a bit.
But also, I'm a bit worried about Racing getting a bit much room in the forward half. I think Aish has gone to him, but he's had a bit too much room in that first little patch, mate.
Well, Ash is playing down back, but I would have nearly played him on maybe Filippone or Bashir.
Well, he was a tagger.
Open-handed slap Rain, socket forward again, inside 50 by Filippone, but cleared at the back by Kane, the left footer who's been a solid defender for Mornington this year. Gets it to the outer side of the ground. Good hand pass inside, taken by Heath. He kicks the centre half forward, but a good defensive mark taken by Lachlan, a candidate for mark of the day, early days for Catapult.
Very good player.
Good solid defender. Lachlan looks to play on. He wants someone to run to him, so he gives it to him wide, close to the boundary on the outer side. And the mark taken by Mitch Jenkins. Jenkins just behind the wing. Goes back inside now to centre half back to Hugh Park, not Hayden Park. Hayden's his brother, I believe. In short now to Bashir, getting a lot of it early. Bashir kicks inside 50. Kennedy getting out the back. Matt Kennedy couldn't quite take the mark. Cransbuehler lays a good tackle for Seaford inside, attacking 50 at the town end here at Mornington, and it'll be thrown up.
Yeah, because Corey Ash was a tagger at Pines before he come here. Wanted to sort of get released into the midfield. But, yeah, interesting that he's gone straight back and picked up Raso in that forward line.
So tap down again. Cleared out of defence by Mornington, but only momentarily. And a comfortable mark taken at half-back by Teakle, who's been good so far. In fact, by Searle. Searle kicks back inside 50. No mark taken. Rayson's there. He overruns it. Cleared at the back by Heath, who's the left footer. And he kicks into space. De Kluver running onto it now. Picks it up close to the boundary in front of the Mornington coach's box. Cutes a kick towards the wing. Fisted away. Good play by Thornell to get the hand to get the fist on it for Seaford. But then the hand pass misses the target and it goes out of bounds just as Bold was ready to pounce. And Angus Grant says, good effort, son. The boundary thrown in front of our commentary position. Ryan Smith in his second senior game, doing the ruck work, opposed to Macklin Rain.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
He's a big boy, Ryan Smith.
Yeah,
got a lot of size on him. In the blue boots, Macklin's there, and Ryan Smith wins it down. Did well to use his body. Cameron spinning by, couldn't take it for the Bulldogs. Hand pass comes out from Heath. Handballs back into traffic. Kane is there, picked up close to the boundary, getting a hurried boot as Teakle. Had the kick run down. Smith wins it for the Bulldogs to Cameron. Slips the tackle not once but twice. Arches the back the second time. Wobbles the ball towards half forward. Almost slipping into his opponent. Then was McInnes, and it goes over the boundary. And not able to keep it alive on that occasion was Luke O'Connor, boundary throwing at half forward.
How many times the last couple of years have we seen someone push Macklin Rain around in the side contest, get him out of the way and get his hand on the ball? Not often, would it?
Not often.
So he's got
a big fella.
It's a nice size, and then followed up on the ground well.
It's interesting. Grant's going to do the ruck work here. And it goes to the back. Big Macklin grabs it. Grant grabs him in a tackle at centre half forward for Mornington. Quick kick O'Connor. Gets it deep into the attacking 50. North is there. Picks up on the left. North snaps around the body and kicks behind. Just misses. He thought he kicked it. Didn't miss by much. Just swung away at the Chris Holcomb residential end of the ground. Back into play goes Giddings Constable. The old liver and... Anthony Rocker, wasn't it?
It was. The old boys in the stands getting a bit excited there too.
Cornford takes the mark. Big Macklin takes a huge mark on the wing from the Cornford kick. Kicks to half forward. Big fist knocking to ground. Rayson's roving brilliantly off the edge of the boot. Rayson brought down late. Might have affected the kick and just misses narrowly to the left-hand side as he rode brilliantly from the tap that came from the defender there, Hobson, for Mornington.
He looks to have a bit too much toe for Ash early, Dan.
Yeah, he does.
Worried about that matchup.
1-2-8 to 1 behind on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Jeff Wignall Ford, our major sponsor today. We'll go around the grounds with Mornington Timber and Decking a bit later. Some big games on. It's a bit early yet.
It is.
But we'll go around the ground soon. And it will be kicked back into play. And the Rosebud Country Club as well is our major sponsor for the player of the day for the Titleist golf balls. Taking a long time. Players
blood rule, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Take someone off.
And back into play goes Hobson on the half volley. He's looking for Heath. It was a problematic kick.
Speedy.
And it's looking for Speedy, I should say. It's a problematic kick. And eventually it is socket over the boundary. Teakle getting involved. Kranzbuehler as well. And Searle, another one wearing long sleeves. Boundary throwing. Just outside attacking 50 for Seaford. Good contest here. It's Speedy and Rayson at the moment. Ace there as well. Picked up, hooking kick around the body. Camilleri towards centre half forward. Kranzbuehler camped underneath it. Couldn't mark it, but he roved it off the pack and just misses to the left-hand side. It sort of fell in his lap accidentally. So good against Devon a couple of weeks ago. 1-3-9 to 1 behind on the Simon Goosey scoreboard, or of course the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
I reckon this is a dangerous 5 minutes for Mornington because Macklin Rain's still out there and Smith's getting his break on the bench. They've had to push North into the ruck as a sort of makeshift, and we know how dominant Macklin Rain can be when he sort of gets that dominance in the ruck, mate.
Kane kicks very close to the boundary. Couldn't pick out the target. And that was bowled. He's on racing at the moment. Just outside attacking 50 for Seaford at the town end of the ground. Bold swings in and out of tackles. Tries to get the hand pass to Speedy on the outside. Gets bowled over. Harvey a great hand pass to Bashir. Handballs defensively to Lachlan. Seaford in possession. Kick inside 50. Getting it out in front. Young Kennedy takes an excellent mark at left half forward. Candidate for the catapult mark of the day, and some of the players are wearing the catapult GPSs today. We thank them very much for doing that for both teams.
And Harvey just coming off for a rest. Geez, he's an impressive young player.
He is. He just keeps going, doesn't he?
Well, that's
in
the
blood.
Reminds
me of his uncle.
In the blood with the Harveys, isn't it?
Certainly is.
But no, he's very impressive.
Matt Kennedy, his father Steve, coaches the under-19s, had a good win today. Uncle Paul struggling with COVID at the moment. Wish him all the best. Left of centre half forward. Kennedy looking for his second goal. That is straight. That was hit sweetly by Matt Kennedy. 2 goals on the board to the Tigers. They're 2-3-15. And the problem with Mornington, they've had a lot of slow starts this year and they're trying to avoid that. Certainly Simon Goosey is telling his players that they're 1 behind on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. They're our naming rights sponsor today, Jeff Wignall Ford.
Well, they've got a lot of young kids. We've been talking about it all year with Mornington, and they were obviously up and about last week against Devon Meadows. But Seaford would have been disappointed last week with their effort that they put in against Chelsea. So no wonder they've come out early and sort of had a rocket and been up and about.
Well, Zach Vansittart said they had a stinker last week, thrown up in the middle, but so did probably Devon. It was such a physical game the week before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
McManus doing the ruck work now, giving Macklin Rain a rest for Seaford. He is in the side today. Back from the Stingrays, so important. Number 48. Fists it down, rode though by Speedy. Gets a hurry kick that is slightly smothered. Falls to Cameron. Feeds on the outside now to Ash. Lowers the eyes. Kicks inside 50. A nothing kick. Overrunning the footy at half-back Frey. Picked up by Lachlan. Lachlan dragged down. Kicks to the wing.
Mark.
And that's an excellent mark
Jacoby,
taken by... Yeah, it is Jacoby marking at half-back on the outer side. Connor Jacoby for Mornington. He'll drive them back inside 50. Looking for Grant to mark. Lachlan makes the spoil. Front and square at the front.
Called holding the ball.
Called holding the ball. Don't think he really had
Rowan.
much opportunity to get rid of that. That was red hot.
Must have the zinc cream in the eyes, I think, Rowan, at that occasion.
Well, I'm not sure it was a free kick. But anyway, Angus Grant, who's come back from St Arnott.
Has he got zinc on today, Rowan? Did you see him before the game?
I don't think so.
No? Usually got it on.
Not sure he had prior opportunity, Isaac Bashir. But anyway, free kick to Angus Grant.
That's about a
centre half forward.
That's about a 40-metre circle there, mate, I reckon.
Yes. So we'll see if Angus Grant can kick this goal for Mornington to get them on the board finally. To the southern end of the ground. He kicks through the footy, but he kicks badly and just sneaks through for a behind. Two behinds to 2-3-15 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard, a 13-point lead. Giddings Constable, who's such a reliable defender, does what he has to do every week.
Very impressive, isn't he?
Yeah, kicks back into play. Finds Cornford, who was off, I reckon. He was off, and O'Connor just came to the mark late. Gets a player camp right on the boundary, and this is my man, Hugh Park, marking outside defensive 50. Inboard kick to Raisin. He's kicked 29 goals this year. Takes the mark in defensive 50 for Seaford. Plays on quickly. Kicks straight down the middle towards half forward. Oh, it's an excellent mark by Teakle.
They got
Good
people
strong
on
mark.
here.
Goes for a foot pass on the half volley. Misses the target inside 50. Cleared out of defence. Good play by Kane. Just throws it on the boot for Mornington. Underneath it, a couple of players. Lachlan's there. Picked up at the back by O'Connor. Slips the Lachlan tackle. Goes backwards by hand. Close to the boundary. Bold. Hooks a kick around the body, but Camilleri goes where Angels fear to tread. He's a hard nut. Marks for Seaford.
He takes
Half
a good
distance
mark.
pass is okay. Finds Rayson. Plays on quickly. His team up by 13 points. Kicks inside 50. From the side, almost a good mark. Butner. Cleared at the back. Hand pass comes out on that occasion. Out of defence from Escudero. Got the hand pass to Kane. Kane hooks around the body. Lachlan's camped underneath it. Coming in late. He could fear the elephants were coming. There was just one elephant, and coming from the side and putting the fist over the boundary was Lockie Dalziel for Mornington, one of their defenders.
He takes a great mark for a kid his size, doesn't he?
He does.
We saw him take a really good one on the wing against, who was it?
Devon Meadows.
yeah.
He got crunched a few times that day. Boundary thrown on the wing. Ryan Smith. McManus leans in, wins it down, trying to get out of a tackle is Heath. Now, why isn't that holding the ball if the previous one against Bashir was? Because he was trying to get away from the tackle and he kept moving.
Don't know, Dan.
McManus misses. Picked up. Kicked inside 50 by Mornington. Bouncing ball at the back. They've got numbers down there. Players are crunched. And the kick came in from Harry Bold as he got it into the forward pocket. A bit of pushing and shoving.
Scuffle, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit going on down there. And the player that was crunched is Cornford, who is a very solid defender as he gets back to protect the goal square. McManus the tap again, close to the boundary line. Hurried kick, very close to the boundary. Player's almost going to go over the fence. He's just kept alive there, Lachlan, as he squirts it to the boundary. Kennedy gets a hand pass out. Bashir is confronted. He turns an opponent inside out, and Ash sells him some candy. The kick clears Escudero. Mark dropped by Cransbuehler, and then an opportunity to be picked up in the middle of the ground, but not taking it cleanly, Tom Loney. But Bashir says, I'll help you out, Tommy. He throws the ball in the boot, kicks inside 50, but Kane is there. He intercepts, gets the hand pass out, taken by Jacoby, delivers it to the middle to O'Connor, looks to play on, and gets the hand pass run down by McManus. Feeds a hand pass on the outside to Lothian. Gets a Shepherd now, Lothian. Handballs back on the inside to Ash. They're using the footy a lot. Defensive side of the centre square, the Bulldogs. Kane and Escudero. And back again to Ash. Ash slides it wide now to the kid, Cull. Cull on the half volley. Picks out a teammate. Can he pick it up? Bold. Taking a week to pick it up. He's under pressure. Met late by Lachlan. Finds speed. Speed skids a kick. Their delivery terrible. In towards the middle of the ground. Trying to get hold of the footy was Halsall. The umpire said didn't quite have control of it. He'll take a free kick on the wing for Mornington in front of our commentary position. And the trail by 13 points, 18 minutes gone. Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Halsall pops the kick inside 50. The numbers get back for Seaford. They crash the pack. Mornington at the drop. Big McManus picks it up.
No one there.
Crumbs nicely, but no one there. Comfortable mark taken by Kane, who's having a good year marking defensive side of the centre square at the town end. He spreads it wide to half back. Mark taken by Rowler. Rowler finds a teammate again in Kane. He's at half back. He plays on quickly. Hoists a kick towards half forward. Getting up miles too early as Dalziel would have been mark of the day, would have been mark of the year, mark of the day for Catapult. But the ball was still coming when he flew high.
Yeah.
He went up well before acceptances and Lachlan gets the free kick.
He did.
He's at half back in front of our commentary position in the calling in the social club rooms. I reckon Macklin Rangel had his head ripped off. It's
Got
pretty
scalped.
hard. He did. It was tough. Kennedy's at ground level for Seaford. Makes a good contest. Big Macklin holds it up as well. Spills out. Cameron misses it. Handball Escudero to Heath. High left footer towards the wing. They're under pressure. Mornington getting involved. Fisting to ground. Filipponi at the Rove. Handball comes out to Kluver. Hurried kick inside 50 by Dalziel. Picked up. Bouncing ball close to the goal line by Goosey, who kicked 6 last week. Threw it on the boot with 2 opponents confronting him. One was Cornford and the other one was Lachlan, out of bounds 10 metres around from Mornington's goal.
Goose will have to address that at quarter time. Seaford like to push numbers back to the ball. They're
do.
bombing it in, and they're just outnumbered every time, so they've got to lower their eyes and hit up targets going through in the second quarter, Mornington.
2-3, 15 to 2 behinds, and Jeff Wignall forward. Been servicing the Peninsula since 1979, our major sponsor today. It's knocked down, trying to get it O'Connor, couldn't. Philippone's there, socket out. Quick hand pass comes out Heath. Left foot snap, wobbly shot, a goal by O'Connor, who received it on the outside and manages to sneak through the third behind.
Yeah, they like to get numbers back flat out, Seaford.
Giddings Constable has a lead mate
Racing.
and accepted in the back pocket by Racing. Having a pretty good year. Couldn't find a spot for him in my team of the week this week. It's a bit unlucky. Goes in short to Harvey and marks at half back.
Did you still do one, did you?
Yeah, I did. I was asked to do one at the last minute.
Oh, I did my homework, but I never got to use it.
Giddings Constable, yeah, me too. But there was a little bit on during the week. Goes to the outer side of the ground. Player is pushed, and that was Frey. But he finds a teammate, Kranzbuehler, who takes the mark on the wing. He was so good a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's
in the
disgusting.
Big win, but that is a terrible turnover. You give a guy a rap and he turns it over. One by Jacoby. Kicks
Oh, good
inside
mark.
50. And a good mark running into space as the first gamer. There's big raps on him, Cull. And he runs into space and marks it left half forward. The 17-year-old has come in for Perry Lewis-Smith. He saw that there was a gap and he had an opponent coming at him and he's taken the mark. He's wearing number 8, Ty Cull, was wearing 43. Thanks to Goose for ringing me a minute before the game started.
Oh, look at him.
He's got Cameron on his own. They're a bit unsure then, Seaford, what they were going to do. And look, for a 17-year-old kid to show composure and pick out a teammate on his own and hit the target like that is outstanding by the boy.
Oh, when the senior player calls for it, mate, you usually have to give it up. Well, you get a fair
Well, that's
roasting.
fine, but you've got to get the execution right too, which he did.
Yeah, no, he's a good kid. I've seen him play a couple of games in the 19s. Very good prospect,
Jimmy
mate.
Cameron.
Oh.
He doesn't miss, Jimmy. Kicks the goal. They're on the board, the Bulldogs. 1-3-9. Seaford Tigers 2-3-15. 22 minutes played in the opening quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. And that's a nice goal for Mornington, maybe just to settle them down.
Well, it's great for a young kid too to get a touch early and a positive touch at that, set up their first goal, just give him a lot of confidence going through the day. So, yeah, the Cull's been a good Mornington family for a long time. And it's good to see some of the kids coming through the system. And under the guidance of Paul Simpson and Andrew Morrison in the 19s, looks like they've been doing some good work with the young fella.
Well, there's Morate, one of the stars of Mornington during their golden era with Chris Holcomb in the late 90s into the early 2000s. Last flag for the Bulldogs at 111 was 2004. And then Seaford had their golden run. Their last flag was 2009. Last grand final for Mornington, Hawks, 2015. So we won't mention the war.
Oh,
There'll be
yeah.
a secondary ball up, attacking side of the centre square for the Bulldogs, having a good few minutes at the moment. Nearly 23 gone in the quarter, but shark by Bashir. Feeds a hand pass over the top to Teakle. Teakle swings around and handballs back to Bashir. Confronted. Feeds a long hand pass to Kranzbuehler.
Down the
He
ground.
got one high and a free kick down the ground to Kranzbuehler on the wing.
Get it down to
Kranzbuehler
Hodor.
will drive it long. Kicks long to Big Macklin.
Oh.
Macklin underneath it. couldn't take the mark, and it goes out of bounds deep in the forward pocket at the town end of the ground.
That wasn't the kick. If you've got a massive unit like that, you've got to just kick it to his advantage.
Yeah.
Don't make him work too hard for it. You don't get many chances on this ground to get one-on-one in the forward line.
It's too much carry on the kick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Boundary thrown right beside the behind post. Deep into attack at the moment. The Tigers, 15 plays 9 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Boundary throw in, bouncing in front of Macklin Rain. Handball comes out. Macklin can't find a teammate. It's at half back.
Good hands.
Good hands taken on this occasion as he tries to clear on a couple of occasions. Gorka now gets the hand pass out, and on the left is North. North will drive the Bulldogs, tacking side of the wing, but chipping in is Giddings Constable. He's a good young player, this boy, very disciplined. Takes the mark. He's a little bit unsure which way to go. He favours the broadcast side and he turns it over again to Bold. Handball's on the outside. Taken by Heath on his non-preferred right. Giddings Constable gets across the bows of the young fellow Cull and puts it over the boundary. It'll be a boundary throw-in at half forward in front of the Seaford bench.
Well, Giddings Constable, he was on White. He had the task of that one on the big game against Devon, and now he's playing on a first game. A bit of difference.
A little bit. Zach Vansittart not playing today. He's got an Achilles, so a very important member of this side on the bench for Seaford, though, the coach.
Not too major, I hope.
But no, I think he'll be okay in a few weeks' time. Boundary thrown, tapped down again by North doing the ruckwood. Cameron wrenching hard for the footy with Filipino. Hasn't seen much of it so far, but luckily the other Bash brother Bashir's in and getting a lot of it and doing a good job.
Jimmy Cameron, very dangerous when the ball's at ground level in the forward line. Used to be an absolute weapon on the ball on the ground in the forward line. When
Tap down McManus. Here's Philippine. Shakes the tackle on the left at half back. Kicks down the line. Big Ryan Smith goes up. Dropped the mark he probably should have taken. Ball at the drop. Rove by Escudero. Holds it up. Tavian Escudero at his second game. Going
good
nowhere.
Name. That's a good footy name.
Great footy name. Great soccer name too. Great basketball name. We're calling that
nickname
tonight.
Vinny?
In the second division of the Big V competition. Escudero handballs to Heath, handballs on the outside to Ash. They win the clearance, the Bulldogs. Kicks across the face to half forward. Lachlan just soccers it off the ground. Makes 30 metres, but coming the other way, Gorka gets out of a Cransbuell tackle, then gets the hand pass inside. Good play on that occasion by Lothian. And
free kick.
A free kick down the ground as Gorka wobbled a kick inside 50.
Goose.
And Goosey's going to get the free kick for down the field, and they can level the scores here, the Bulldogs.
Willem Goose. Yeah, that'd be very interesting. But he had a massive game last week. What did he have, 6 last week?
Got him my team of the week last week.
He's a good kid, Will, and it's good to see him get some reward for effort. Not your typical key forward, more sort of a flanker or a pocket, but doing a great job.
Just to level the scores at the 26-minute mark. A little bit undisciplined the last couple of minutes, the Tigers. Side angle, and he steers it home. Scores a level on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Our major sponsor today, Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the Peninsula since 1979. Willem Goosey levels the scores.
Has he got a bit of a celebration like his old man? Gets the old guns out and starts giving a bit of a clap and a run around? I like it.
The old man, he's one of the greats, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Where did you play in those great teams? Centre half back, or did Morrow play centre half back?
Centre half back and wing. Wing when Moz was playing, and centre half back when he took off.
Spent some time with Port Adelaide, didn't he?
He did. He'll tell you about it too after a couple of beers.
I've already asked him a couple of times after a couple of beers.
Just don't ask Mickey Cullen about the standard of football.
So Seaford back inside 50. Cransbuehler gets the hand pass out, and on the end of it, a magnificent goal. And, or is it a behind? No,
it is a goal.
It's kicked by Philippine. He received the hand pass on the outside and on the fly. He's kicked a terrific goal.
Interesting that was the first centre bounce that Macklin Rain had been in for 10 minutes. They got that clearance and they shot it straight out. I think he had a bit of an injury concern. I don't know what happened with his elbow, but he had to go into the change rooms and get fixed up and then spent the next 10 minutes at full forward. So hopefully he's all right for the rest of the day.
Great goal on the run. Candidate for goal of the day for Wealthpool. Thrown up in the middle. Rain wins it down again. Ryan Smith, though, might win it for the Bulldogs. Heath had it pinched away by Philippine, who's just kicked the goal. He kicks the half forward, and good mark by Teagle. Used the drop zone cleverly. He kicks inside 50. Mark not completed by Kennedy. At the fall, throwing it on the boot. Loney inside 50, and Escudero having a good quarter. Gets back, nice intercept mark. Last line of defence for the Dogs, who trail by a goal. He kicks to the half-back flank on the outer side, and Helsel takes the mark. Helsel kicks very close to the boundary. Not a good kick, and he was intending for his teammate in Hobson to get the footy with the long sleeves, but it's out of bounds on the full. Back inside 50. Nice kick by Seaford. Falls to the back. Harvey feeds a hand pass to Rayson, who swings around on his right. Does a U-turn. Hooks towards full forward. Player gets up miles too early, and Camilleri should have given away a free kick. Hard on the boundary. Quick kick to full forward, and the mark is taken. Last line of defence by the Bulldogs, and that is quarter time. Seaford 3-3-21, leading Mornington 2-3-15 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
We've just had a call out from Jacko Calder watching us in Darwin, mate.
Good on you, Jacko.
Yeah, g'day, Jacko, if you're out
love
there.
to have him here.
I'm actually going up to watch him play next week in Cairns.
Oh, you'll love it.
Yeah, him and Robbie Turnbull, we turning out for the Cairns boys, so I'll get to have a look at that.
Excellent. How'd you find that first quarter?
Yeah, it was that's sort of just feeling each other out. Seaford or Mornington aren't allowing Seaford to have that one behind the ball that they normally have. They are pushing back hard. But the thing that I'm finding interesting, they're letting the midfield roll a little bit. Like Filipponi hasn't been gone to. Bold finished the quarter on him. He got a few touches late. Ash went to racing early. It's giving him a little bit of room. I think they're sort of sharing those duties now. So there's no hard tag through there. Smith's doing a good job with Macklin Rain in the middle, holding his own.
He is.
Which will be a key to this game. But the kids at Mornington are going okay. It's sort of, even Stevens at the moment. How do you see it?
Well, it's a good contest. I think that Mornington fought back well. They're giving it away early, and Seaford, they were playing into Seaford's hands behind the play a lot, and Seaford had that loose play, but they sort of adjusted a bit better, didn't they, and started getting some ball that was a bit lower inside 50, putting Seaford under the pump a bit, and their tackling pressure became a little bit more obvious, which didn't seem to exist in the first half of the quarter.
Well, I think both teams as well probably struggle for a big key forward to kick a lot of goals. I think they have to work extremely hard for their goals and rely on their midfield to kick them. So, and you saw that against Chelsea last week with Seaford. They kept to 5 goals or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So if you can get a small forward, pop up and kick 3 or 4, that'll go a long way to winning the game as well.
Well, that's right. No Sam Loney today. He's a big out, obviously. We mentioned Vance Attard as well. A couple of good players not playing, and their other player that played a couple of weeks ago and did a good job as a small forward, Scully, he's not there either. So that's why Tom Loney's back in the team today. So they've made a couple of changes to their side, Seaford, and still very young, but a little bit of experience out there. Mornington the same. So it's quarter time. It's 3-3-21 to 2-3-15. Thanks to Jeff Wignall Ford. They've been servicing the Peninsula since 1979 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Back with the second quarter shortly.
Hi, I'm David from Jigsaw Finance. If you're looking to purchase a home or an investment property or even refinance your home loan, at Jigsaw Finance we can put the pieces together to make it work for you.
Have you had your team photos done yet? Well, Frankie Photography is the only way to go. Great photos, great designs. Find out how your club can raise money by selling photos online on your very own shop. Check out our website for other great offers such as live premiership posters, end of season awards, tributes and milestones, and gift vouchers are also available.
In life,
You have to play by the rules. Fit in
don't be too thin.
or too bulky.
You have to be perfect.
Try harder. Go faster.
Know your limits.
Calm down.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Wearing that.
Eating that.
Suck it up. Suck it in.
Boys don't cry.
Girls don't fight.
You can't do that.
You watch this.
There's no right way.
No wrong way.
Only your way.
Anybody.
Anytime.
So we're going to do live and loose from the Mexican night.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for everyone on the stage tonight.
What an outstanding tournament it's been, Paul Wilson.
Unbelievable.
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. Thanks to our major sponsor, Jeff Wignall Ford. Quarter time of this important match, 8th Mornington, hosting 6th Seaford, and Seaford are 3-3-21, Mornington 2-3-15 at quarter time. On the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard around the grounds for Mornington Timber and Decking, Chris Holcomb.
Edithvale versus Sorrento. Edithvale 1-1-7, Sorrento 6-6-42. Yucky. Rosebud versus Bomb Beach 2-2-14, Rosebud 6-3-39, Bomb Beach.
Just starting to find their way, Bomb Beach. That was a big win last week. Big win.
Yeah, no, it was massive. Red Hill 2-4-16, Mount Eliza 3-1-19, so probably our closest one there. YCW continue their roll 7-1-43 at quarter time to 3-1-19. Bombers. Div 2 just quickly. A couple of scores here. 2-3-15. Chelsea versus Langwarrin, 2 goals. It's an interesting start. And we'll get to the others.
They got a few out, Langy. Throw it up in the middle, start the second quarter. Rain wins it down, then chases the footy. Quint at half back. It went the wrong way from the Rain tap. Now, Giddings Constable's there also at half back for the Tigers.
Oh, that's all right.
Players going hard. The umpire doesn't give a free kick, and there was a player down. He's in a bit of trouble.
He got accosted.
Yeah,
Speedy,
he did get accosted, Speedy. You're right. They get the kick inside 50. Big fist to the back of the pack, and it'll go out of bounds in the forward pocket at the town end where Mornington are attacking this quarter.
Umpire obviously blinded by that side of the pack, mate. But yeah, definitely high on Speedy there.
He's okay. He's just seeing stars at the moment. Doing what Ian Chappell used to do when he came at the bat. He'd obviously check the before every delivery and after every delivery the box, and then he'd always look up to the skyline to get his eyes adjusted. Boundary throw in. Tap down. And big pack forming. Macklin Rain again asserting his authority. Had a massive game a couple of weeks ago. Massive game in the win over Devon Meadows, who got beaten last week by Mornington. He dropped their last couple. Macklin Rain got a couple of goes at that one. There'll be another stoppage, 25 metres out from the goal that the Tigers are defending. 3-3-21 to 2-3-15 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Rain, open-handed tap again. Missed by Bashir, went to lay a tackle. Player, virtually had his head
he's made that
taken
one
off. And he gets the free kick as he was trying to work his way through. And there's going to be a free kick. I think it's North getting that free kick. He was looking to maybe throw it on the boot, and I almost thought he got decapitated there, and he'll take the free kick in the right forward pocket. It was a good effort under heavy congestion to try and kick a goal.
Macklin Rain's a very strong boy. Geez, he flicked him around. And Matty North's not a little person.
No, he's not.
Looked like a rag doll.
This to level the scores. Slight angle, 30 metres out. Mornington would have kicked 3 of the last 4. North kicked the goal, getting that free kick, 3-3-21 apiece on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. And, of course, Jigsaw Finance experience the difference with the right home loan. So nice goal there by one of the key forwards today for Mornington in Matty North. First goal of the day.
They're going to be important, those sort of goals. Like we said, no one's got a really big key forward that sort of takes the game apart and kicks a lot of goals. So those scrappy goals that they can sort of manufacture out of nothing is going to be very important.
You're right about Ryan Smith. Macklin Reid's finally got someone, nowhere near as big as his thighs, but finally got someone who's almost as big as him.
Yeah, well, he's just going to have to attack it a different way.
He will. Smith up, and he wins it down, does well. Filipponi's there, he overruns it. The caveman, Jimmy Cameron's in there. What do they call him, the caveman? It's a great nickname, isn't it?
Cave time.
Cave time.
Yeah.
Thrown up in the middle again. Another stoppage. 3-3-21 apiece. Fisted down by Rain. Heath gets a hurried left foot kick under pressure. Cameron takes the mark, running with the flight. Handballs to Speedy on the outside. Kicks into the pocket. Grant skidding. Couldn't take the mark. Defence at the back. Handball came out. They're under immense pressure, McManus, and he finally wins it on the left. He throws the ball on the left, and it goes sideways, and Cameron takes the mark, not 15. Gets rid of it quickly. Feeds a hand pass inside 50. Good defence by Seaford. They hold it up. 50 metres out from the goal. They are defending at the town end, and they're not getting any respite, the defenders at the moment of Seaford. Open-handed slap by Rain, but taken defensively by O'Connor. Feeds a hand pass out, puts his teammate under pressure, who stood firm in a tackle in Halsall, and it'll be another boundary thrown in front of our commentary position.
Yeah, they're just slowly creeping it forward, aren't they, Mornington? Just pushing, winning a few of those important contests.
So back into play again. Tapped down by Rain. Speedy's there, getting in the road. Camilleri gets a little shin out in the direction of his teammate Cransbuehler, who's taken, we're not in possession, and will win a free kick against Gorka. He'll spread it wide to half back to the reliable veteran Lachlan. He's got Quint giving him a lead, going wider. He will go inboard. And Camilleri will be brought down. He's
I'll be taking
the
that.
mark.
That might be a 50, I think.
Do you think that's 50?
Yeah, it was very late.
Simultaneous, wasn't it?
Very late, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Anyway, Camilleri gets the free kick. He thought about handballing to Rayson, but Cameron's right with him.
He's 20 metres out directly in front. Just calm down. Calm down.
I reckon Rayson was trying to get Cameron. Cameron was very clever, wasn't he, to run through the mark, but the caveman was able to extricate himself from that cave in a different direction.
The ground's so small, you cannot afford to give away 50, especially around that middle of the ground mark.
Both grounds are small, so both seem to be used to small grounds. RF Miles Reserve in great shape now, of course. 30 metres out, Camilleri's kick. He absolutely swung that, misses everything out of bounds on the full, like Carlton last night.
No wonder Lachlan and Brashear were bolting past him trying to get a handball. Yeah. He was 20 metres out directly in front. They had no confidence in him.
3-3-21 apiece. We've played 5 minutes in the second quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Kane launches to the half-back flank on the outer side. Getting up, no mark taken at the drop. It's picked up by Heath. He's going the wrong way because he's on the non-preferred left. Back into traffic in Tom Lane. He couldn't take it, so he lays a tackle. Filipponi handballs out on the up. Inside 50 now for Seaford. They get it back through Ash and Cameron. Cameron feeds a hand pass, not taken cleanly by Gorka. Had, obviously, Rayson sweating on him, which forced the error. The inferred error then by the Mornington player. And it'll be thrown up attacking side of the centre square.
Scrappy football at the moment,
It is. 3-3-21 apiece. Winning it at ground level. Bashir. Handballs on the outside to Harvey. Harvey loops the kick inside 50. Rayson is there. A couple of players went to ground. Could have nearly been a free kick. Cleared by Kane. Close to the boundary. Gets it on the half volley. Now on the left, it's Speedy. Speedy does well. Picks up. Kicks inside 50 now. Bouncing ball. Fisted down again. They've got numbers at the back if they can control it close to the boundary, but they see it over the line, Seaford. And it'll be a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, there's not much flow to the game at all. The teams are struggling to hit a target once they get possession. Seem to be under pressure and missing those targets. Hence, that's contest sort of football.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages. Who will that favour? Probably Macklin Rain, you'd think, although Smith is holding his own at the moment.
Yeah, well, usually Seaford are a really good contested side, but Mornington are definitely holding their own at the moment.
Taken over the boundary by Frey then as Rain knocks it to ground. Filipponi and Bashir. Handball comes out. Bashir swings in and out of tackles. Gets the hand pass out. He may get it back again as they handballed into traffic. Mornington's forward 50 pressure pretty good, and they've won another free kick in the right forward pocket.
Yeah,
Speedy.
On.
Or is it, it's a shot at goal and it misses to the left-hand side. It was Speedy, and he misses. And behind. And they're in front, 3-4-22 to 3-3-21 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Chris is going over to see his daughter make her debut. Good luck, mate. Enjoy that in the netball. They're getting well beaten, but it's great that his 14-year-old gets her opportunity today to make her debut. Back into play, and it's at half back. Here's Harvey, half-distance pass, finds the boundary on the outer side, Cransbuehler. Cransbuehler, though, his kick's no good. He tried to square it up, turned over at centre half for Grant. Extricates himself out of a tackle. He kicks high, long to full forward, getting back, and Giddings Constable takes a good mark, last line of defence. Their forward pressure very good at the moment, the Bulldogs. Spreads to the back pocket, but might have to, in fact, the umpire said it's a behind. He didn't quite take it cleanly before he stepped over for a behind, or did he kick through the behinds? Anyway, it is a behind. 3-5-23 to 3-3-21. Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Back into play to McManus. McManus kicks to the wing for Seaford. Kane gets up a long, long way. Brings it to ground. Opposed to Kennedy. Kennedy cannot pick the footy up cleanly. He's confronted front on by Kane of Mornington. Boundary thrown in front of our commentary position as Jenkins comes on and Quint comes off for the Tigers, who are stuck on the wing here or inside. Mornington's attacking 50 at the town end. The pressure from the Bulldogs very good, and the lead by 2 points. Back into play. Smith, Rain, open-handed slap. Heath there, boundary throw in. Wealthpool, of course, looking after our goal of the day with income streams paying 8 to 14% per annum. Find out how you can eliminate your mortgage, create more wealth and boost your super. Call Tim and the team on 1300 827 172. Boundary throw in again on the wing. It's a shallow boundary throw in. Roundhouse right from Rain. Can't control it cleanly, Escudero, and sees it over the boundary. Just slightly attacking side of the wing for Seaford, who trail by 2 points. Haven't really had too many meaningful moves forward so far in the first 8 minutes of the second quarter. 23 to 21. Mornington have kicked a goal. Rain taps to the front there, looking for Bashir. He allows his teammate to get a hand pass out. Searle back to Rain, back to Philippone. Already kicked a goal. Right half forward, delivers long towards the goal square. Butner does well to crash the pack, but they've got numbers at the back. The Bulldogs collected by Ash. Back pocket outer side, delivers down the wing again through the fingers of Dalziel. Dropped the mark, might recover well opposed to Harvey. Good scrap at ground level. Cransbuehler helps Harvey out for Seaford and holds it up. As they got a bit of support then, the Tigers, as Mornington were nearly out again. In front of the scoreboard on the outer side, a 2-point lead for the Bulldogs, and we're nearly 10 minutes into the second quarter. Thanks to Jeff Wignall forward. Tap down once more to Cameron. Cameron squeezes a kick out the pack towards the wing, and the umpire says we'll throw back into play. It's a good contest, and Mornington probably playing the better footy at the moment. Helsel there, got bowled over on that outer side here at Alexandra Park. Boundary throw it. Rain, that's a big, big tap down. Looking for Bashir to run onto it. He got it to Philippone, feeds on the up to Teakle. Philippone kept running, has a bounce. Arches the back, straightens up, 45 out, kicks low and flat, and Butner marks in the goal square. Great play by Philippone. The two Bash brothers combining beautifully from the clearance. And it was sensational play by Philippone as he dashed away. Butner, who kicked 5 a couple of weeks ago against Seaford to be the hero, including the 2 match winners, kicks from the goal square, and they're back in front, the Tigers. Their first goal of the second quarter, 11 minutes it's taken on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard, 4-3-27 to 3-5-23. So an excellent goal and great play by both Bashir and Philippone, having big influences, and might be in contention for the best on ground for the Rosebud Country Club, their Titleist golf balls. Macklin Rain was BOG the last time that we broadcast Seaford. He doesn't like golf. He preferred the state voucher, which he didn't get, of course. Good to see one of our favourites, Bryce Dinger, who's, due back in 2 weeks, Bryce, isn't it? Is it the Brad Alton's injury from many years ago? Philippone out of the middle, handballs to Rayson, gets another hand pass forward to the play. Kennedy, great hands to Rayson, kept running, low and flat by Rayson, just misses to the right-hand side. That was on target for goal of the day for Wealthpool. Great work out of the middle by Seaford, just starting to get some important touches, especially Philippone and Bashir. Back into play, Hobson. Favours the outer side of the ground. High ball, North uses the body cleverly. Oh, umpire's given it, not that cleverly. Gives away a free kick. Not sure. Anyway, Jenkins claims the free kick. He goes back inside to Philippone. Marks in the centre circles. He's got Quid on this broadcast side. He'll go a bit longer, straight down the ground. This small ground, inside 50, and Butner gets up and takes another big mark. Candidate for catapult mark of the day. It's a small ground. If you can get it in quickly, you can cause lots of trouble for the opposition. And Butner had a couple of metres on his opponent, Hobson. Catapult Sports, which a few of the players are wearing the GPS today, creating technology to help athletes. 30 metres out, almost directly in front. He's missed to the right-hand side. Needed to do better than Butner. 4-5-29 to 3-5-23. Getting a bit of scoreboard pressure now, the Tigers. Jigsaw Finance scoreboard came back into play. Kicks it low and flat. Mark taken in the back pocket by Jacoby. Kicks down the wing. Lovely spoil by Jenkins. Fists it over the boundary. His opponent was a sitting duck, and he got a very decent spoil on that, Mitch Jenkins of Seaford. In front of the Simon Goosey scoreboard, which shows that his team is a goal behind at the 13-minute mark of the second quarter. Back into play. Boundary throw in, Rain the tap. Heath is there, steps through traffic, feeds a hand pass out now, taken by Speedy, down the line again Heath, but the kick is cut off at half-back. Comfortable mark completed by Lachlan. Lachlan will go wide, kick towards the half-back flank on the outer side. Rayson now takes the mark. Rayson looking to go in short again. And they're able to cut their way through the middle of the ground, and Cransbuehler with the footy. He kicks it inside 50 now. 2-on-2 against. Mark not taken by Mornington. Spills to the back to Kennedy. Taken in a tackle. Held up. Going nowhere. The umpire says, give it to me. It'll be thrown up. Dalziel was a player, couldn't quite hang on. It's centre half back from Mornington. 40 metres out from Seaford's goal. Southern end. Rain. Big tap down. Loney's after it. Oh, he gets, the coat hanger on Heath. Way too high. Way too high, and that has to be a free kick. He was after him. Heath was pouncing in the back pocket. He'll take the free kick for the Bulldogs. Just under some pressure at the moment. Down by goal. Kicks close to the boundary. Mark taken by Hobson in the long sleeves. Handball's inside now, giving him some runners. Bold straight down the middle. Bold move inside 50, and it floats to the back, and a comfortable mark taken by De Kluver. Centre half forward. He can level the scores here for the Dogs at the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. 4-5-29 to 3-5-23. Just got to get it in quick. As I've said a couple of times, both teams know the small grounds well. We know RF Miles Reserve, where Seaford are back playing now, having had the club rooms and the ground upgrade. It looks absolutely sensational as a small ground. So it's Alexandra Park. But unfortunately, the kick is not great from De Kluver. A new recruit this year. He doesn't even squeeze it through for a behind at the town end. And it's still a one-goal lead for Seaford. 4-5-29 to 3-5-23 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Jeff Wignall Ford, our major sponsor today. We'll get around the grounds a bit later. Mornington Timber and Decking back into play. Getting comfortable receives to Harvey. Still behind the wing at half-back. He's wearing the Catapult GPS tracker today. Mitch Harvey, his uncle Robert Harvey, one of the greats of the St Kilda Footy Club. Kicks to the wing. Big fist from the side. He's doing well as a defender today, Gorka, for the Bulldogs, and puts it over the boundary between wing and half forward. We're broadcasting from the social club rooms. We thank the Mornington Footy Club for helping us today. Back into play. Do the ruck work. Smith. Missed by Cameron, rode by Rain, handballs into traffic looking for Teakle. Overrunning it is Gorka. Teakle gets a hand pass, floats to Rayson, another veteran. Trying to track it is Ash, who's with him, who played for Pines before moving across to Mornington. Boundary throw-in between wing and half forward now for the Tigers. Just as Frey gets ready to come on, and Philippone got a bit of a whack over the nose, and he's been all bandaged up. He gets ready to come on after kicking a great goal and setting another one up this quarter. Rain taps to the back, but he heard the voice of Speedy, who couldn't control it for the Dogs, nor could Cameron. Gets impeded. Smith, a hand pass on the up to Speedy, taken in a tackle. Well tackled by Camilleri of the Tigers, and Spill is picked up by Harvey. Handballs to Lachlan. Lachlan kicks inside 50. Mark not taken at the back, unfortunately, by Kane for the Bulldogs. Picked up now, beating one, beating two as Barton Butner. Butner, though, kicks across the face. His kick's not great. It'll go towards the boundary, trying to keep it alive down there as Rowler, a hard-nosed defender for the Bulldogs, picked up by Cransbuehler, but I think it might have already been out. It was. Or was it through for a behind? No, it is through for a behind. I thought it might have gone out. Or are they saying it's out now? Or it's a free kick to the Bulldogs. It's a free kick to the Bulldogs at half-back and a 50-metre penalty. And the free kick will go to Lothian, who'll mark it centre half-back. In fact, it'll be Rowler taking the free kick. 34, Lothian's 33. Picks out a teammate, takes the mark on the wing, Big Smith. His team are down by a goal at the moment. Little left foot kick misses the target of Heath. Picked up at the back now by Jacoby. And they go back through Speedy, back to Smith. Smith takes the footy on the wing. Feeds a hand pass on the outside. They look to drive long, but unfortunately the kick is off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full. Just tucked a bit wide then, the Bulldogs. And not quite getting the accuracy on the kicking that they'd like at the moment. Seaford back into play. High ball. Smith camped underneath it. Rain with him. Tries to win a loose ball out of the pack. Comes out now to Cameron. Feeds a hand pass at close quarters. Now they've got runners on the end of it now. Taken brilliantly by Dalziel. He tried to get, there was a chain of hand passes, tried to get it to his teammate in the pocket into Kluver. He wasn't able to get there. Also involved, giving them run was Lothian in that chain of hand passes in the middle for the Bulldogs. And they're a goal down. 4-5-29 to 3-5-23. Boundary throw it. Deep into attack now. 30 metres around. Rain taps it down again defensively. Cleared out of defence. Quick kick by Park. Finds a target. That's Hugh Park, of course. Quint marks it half back. It lands in his lap. Luckily, he read it well. Read the drop of the ball well, young Quint, in the orange boots. He'll peer a kick towards the wing. Getting up. Mark not taken by Kennedy. Good contest at ground level with Rowler. Kennedy wins it again. Rowler tackles him. Did he tackle him high? The umpire said he couldn't really escape that contest. He had 33 and 34, Lothian, and Rowler putting a bit of pressure on him, and it'll be thrown up in front of our commentary position. Two hard-nosed defenders for the Bulldogs. They were 3-5-23, Seaford 4-5-29. 19 minutes gone second quarter. Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Rain wins it again. He hooks a kick to half forward. Trapped, and then a good tackle laid by Jacoby. Couldn't win the footy, though, in the end. Cransbuehler gets a great hand pass from Quint into an open goal, and I think he is just... No, he's kicked it. Snuck it in right-hand side. Candidate for goal of the day for Wealthpool. Wonderful hand pass on the up by Quint under the pressure he was of a lot of players being around him inside that contest, which was in the attacking 50, and Cransbuehler just squeezes it in, and I think that's probably our clubhouse leader for goal of the day. Most of the goals fairly elementary so far and rudimentary, and that goal for Wealthpool with income streams paying 8 to 14% per annum. Find out how you can eliminate your mortgage, create more wealth, and boost your super. Call Tim and the team on 1300 827 172. Back in the middle. Smith wins it down. It gives their team a 2-goal lead on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. And a good goal by Cransbuehler. And the goal assist by Quint. 5-5-35 to 3-5-23. Chris Holcomb will join us again shortly. It's in the middle of the ground. Players fighting hard to get hold of the footy. Not able to. Good contest. Here comes Holks now. Lothian was scrapping hard with Big Macklin Rain. Rain of Seaford and Smith hold on to each other. Comes out now to Smart. Hooks a left footer around, Heath. Hooks a left footer around the body towards half forward. No mark taken at the drop. Camilleri to the crumbs. Handballs to Bashir. Had the kick run down. Pinching his pocket is Heath. Hooks a left footer. Has got a player on his own. Should mark at centre half forward and does bold. That was wonderful play by Heath to circumvent the attempted hand pass from Bashir. He turns his opponent, Park inside out, 40 metres out, wobbles a kick, didn't steady behind. And the margin is 11 points, 3-6-24 to 5-5-35 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. How'd she go, Hogs?
Yeah, really good. Played centre in the last quarter, mate. She held her own, so yeah, really happy with that.
What's her name?
Charlie.
Charlie. She enjoyed, she would have loved it. Lachlan back into play. Didn't kick that as well as he would have liked. And Big Smith will take the mark at half forward. Handballs to Heath. Heath standing behind him, kicks back inside, 50. Up goes McGuinness, couldn't take the mark, and the ball's at the drop. Big pack there. The umpire says, I will throw it up at centre half forward. again for Mornington, who trail by 11 points.
It could be a bit of a cult figure, Smith, around the place. The big hulking figure that he
You
is.
have him and Welsh, who's due back next week, in the same team.
Yeah, it'd have to.
The pack was, on that occasion, getting his boot to ball was Heath as he won the tap, and they had the defenders there able to just knock it through for a behind. It was my man Hugh Park there like a goalkeeper, and 3-7-25 to 5-5-35. Just couldn't get enough penetration on the kick under some pressure.
Welsh, when he comes back in, mate, he's one of the best ruckmen in the comp. It'll just be whether Smith can find another position when he's not rucking to be able to be effective.
Daisy cutting kick, Lachlan to Philippone to race, and kick not great, spills to the back. Boulders there, tries to avoid the Harvey tackle and does. Handball's inside now to Jacoby. Handball's on the outside.
Heath.
They're looking for some run. Here's Heath again. Gets the hand pass over the top. Running on the outside now. That kick by North. Trying to find a target inside 50. Missed the target of Grant. And they'll be disappointed. That was a bit lazy, that kick. And also Josh Brown was involved too with the hand pass. And it'll be thrown up inside attacking 50.
Got the day off running the Dodgem cars, Brownie.
10-point lead. Is that what he does? Tap down.
Yeah, right, Carnival boy.
Left foot snap at goal. It was a good effort hard on the boundary as he received the tap on the outside. Then O'Connor, it swung back a long way, and that would have been our goal of the day for Wealthpool close to half-time as Seaford get it back into play straight away.
No.
Quint, 3-8-26. Goes wide now to Harvey to 5-5-35 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Harvey's at half-back. He dropped the foot. He was looking for the little half-distance pass. So he goes longer and turns it over badly to Ash, who intercepts on the wing for Mornington. He'll go long. He'll kick it inside 50. Looking for someone to mark. Lachlan's in front. Brings it down comfortably. Cleared at the front. Good play to get his boot to ball was Park. Finds a player on the wing on the outer side. This is Loney in short now to Philippone. What's he doing on his own? Philippone has a bounce. He lowers the eyes, kicks inside 50. Hobson drops the mark as unfortunately in front was Button. It cleared in by a fair way, and then a tackle's laid. The umpire's going to throw it up 30 metres from goal.
That's not. Seaford, that was really poor play. Had the ball at centre half back in the middle of the ground and then went sideways out. That's not how you play Mornington. You've got to go short through that middle corridor.
Tapped down by Macklin Rain again. Handball comes on the outside. Shot at goal, just across the face. It was a good effort by Tom Laney in the team today. His brother Jack played 87 games at the Saints. Sam is out injured, and he just managed to squeeze on the outside, throw it on the boot, and not miss by much. 3-8-26 to 5-6-36, 10-point lead to Seaford. Hobson in the long sleeves, back into play. Drives it long to the wing. Smythe too long for him. It'll come straight back. McGuinness opposed to him at the moment. Takes the mark. Kicks close to the boundary. Too much for Brown. Racing almost took the mark. Went off. Lost it. A little tap now to Camilleri. Confronted. Handballs to Bashir on the outside. Gets around a would-be tackle put on him by Ash. Kicks in towards the pocket. Kennedy
Free
is up.
kick.
Is he going to get a free kick for a shove? He will. Rowler's maybe a touch unlucky there. And the free kick will go to Matt Kennedy in the right forward pocket in front of the Seaford coach's box.
Tried to sneak that angle, didn't he, mate? Tried to get around an extra 2 or 3.
He did. This would be a good shot at goal. His father, Steve, coaches the under-19s. His uncle, Paul, of course, is the coaching director down at Seaford this year. I speak to PK every week. And it's a 10-point lead. I'd love this goal just before half-time. Nearly 27 minutes played. Matt Kennedy, hard on the boundary. It's coming back to the southern end, but not enough behind. Jeff Wignall Ford, our major sponsor, 5-7-37 to 3-8-26. Certainly the Bulldogs have had their chances at the town end in this quarter, but haven't kicked accurately. Matthew Kane, reliable defender this year, has been in our team of the year a couple of times. Kicks towards the wing, shoved out of it. That's got to be a free kick.
Yep.
North might have made more of that than there actually was, but he was clearly pushed in the back, not in the side, and North will take the free kick behind the wing for the Dogs. Have they got time here to kick one before half-time? He's going to go backwards. There is absolutely nothing on offer, and he'll find his teammate in Kane. Kane will kick it low and flat. Pick out a teammate in Hobson. Hobson will drop a kick over the top now. They can get going. Bowled around the outer side. He delivers in short now. This is Brown. Brown's kick is all right. He finds a target in Gorka. Gorka back to Speedy as they go from one side of the ground inside the centre square to another. Speedy lobs a kick towards Grant. Grant had the field to beat, and it's fisted over the line. Cornford is the player there that ushers it out of bounds, deep in the attacking zone for Mornington, deep in defence for Seaford. And Cornford doing a solid job for the Tigers once more.
They just struggle to hit a target, that short target inside to have a set shot at goal, Mornington. That finishing class. I thought Speedy might have been a chance to hit a target then.
11-point lead. Tap back into play. Handball comes out, and on the end of it, a snap at goal. And again, Speedy receiving on the outside. Hangs his head, misses to the left-hand side. Hooked it under pressure, 3-9-27 to 5-7-37. They're certainly in this, 12 scoring shots apiece. 10-point lead on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
Yeah, back him most times to finish that off, Speedy, but
Giddings Constable in short to the back pocket. Finds Frey. Frey a half-distance pass. Philippone. Philippone will deliver long. Player backtracking, taking the mark. On the wing on the outer side is Harvey. Harvey, half-distance pass in short.
What's that? Yeah, 50 metres.
50 metres.
Oh.
Bashi had it fisted away by Cameron.
That must have been on the mark and indiscretion.
I was talking to Simon Goosey and the umpire who's to do this game today at half-time. The
look at that
reserves.
50.
And I said, I don't like this decision.
Yeah.
Goose says he loves it. I said, oh, no.
Well, it's a well, he might love it now.
He won't love it now. No way.
Especially if it costs him a goal.
40 metres out. Chance to give their team a 16-point lead.
Oy.
On the left, it's a goal. Another one for the Tigers. They're pretty happy about that.
This is costly, isn't it?
It is, particularly on this ground.
And a scrappy game as well. I mean, it's starting to open up a little bit in that last 5 minutes. A few more targets being hit, a few more guys getting open, but silly little error like that costs you 6 points.
And the player getting that goal, he came up from the reserves, is Thornhill, Liam Thornhill, wearing the blue boots. Kicks a terrific goal, 6-7-43 to 3-9-27. And gives them a handy break just before half-time.
Is indeed.
Bounce in the middle. McGuinness, Smith. Philippone wins another clearance inside 50. Racing there, bounces to the back, taken by Hobson. Pops a hand pass out now. Oh, he's on his non-preferred and couldn't swing it around the body, unfortunately, Gorka. And puts it out of bounds on the full. It'll be taken by Quint, who's been quite handy.
Yeah.
He's at right half forward, hard on the boundary.
He's got a fair head of hair.
Yeah, beautiful head of hair, isn't he?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Brad Delp, who was the lead singer of Boston, More Than a Feeling. Pops it towards full forward without the moustache. Cameron roving at the back, doing the hard work, the caveman. Kicks the Bulldogs to the outer side of the ground as the siren sounds for half-time. Good half for footy, thanks to Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the Peninsula since 1979. 16-point lead to Seaford on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. 6-7-43, Mornington 3-9-27. And for Seaford, Philippone's kicked a goal, Thornell's kicked a goal, Teakle as well, along with Kranz-Buehler and Kennedy. Racing their leading goal kicker, yet to score one. He's got 29 for the year. As we go round the grounds for Mornington, Timber and Decking. Chris Holcomb.
Go Div 2 for a start, mate. Lang Warren 5 points up on Chelsea. Pearsall versus Kringle. Pearsall with a nice little 13-point lead there. Crib Point of 5 points up on Somerville. Toward the end of the second quarter.
And Brad Canavan making the decision during the week to be the fourth coach to step down at the end of the year.
Well, we heard a whisper that might happen, probably a couple of weeks in advance, that we kept under our lid.
We did.
But, yeah. Devon Meadows look like they're bounced back 5-7-37 to 0-5-5 Rye as we switch over to Div 1. And we've got Sereno 10-7-67, Edithvale 5-4-34. Bomb Beach 8-3-51 versus Rosebud 6-3-39. Coming back a bit there, Rosebud.
Well done, Rosebud.
Now Liza look like they've kicked away a bit. 6-5-41 versus 2-7-19 Red Hill. Dramana 10 points up on Pines nearing the end of the first half. And YC 10-1-61, 6-2-38 are the Frankston Bombers. So Bombers come back a little bit there.
Well, the Bombers are one team that can score because they've got Jared Grant, they've got
Hiratuku,
they kicked
Fox.
3 each last week, Fox. So they can kick goals. There's no doubt about that.
Can.
Very good half of footy here. How can Mornington get back into it? They need to kick accurately for a start because they're certainly getting enough looks inside 50.
It's their fluency through the ground. So when they got their ball movement, it started to open up a little bit there in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but it's their ability to hit a target in that forward 50. They can't bomb and get a pack mark and all that sort of stuff. So they've got to bomb it up and look for the guys on the ground. But if they can start hitting a target, that short 15, 20 metre short pass, that'll enable them to have set shots at goal, that's how they're going to get back into the game. Because they're going okay at the contest, at the source where it's supposed to be, but it's just that finishing ability, mate.
If you were giving VOG for the Rosebud Country Club the Titleist golf balls, who would you give it to so far? I think Philippone and Bashir have been brilliant, haven't they?
Bashir's been really good. I was surprised it's probably how strong and good he is over the ball.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, he's going all right. Macklin Rain hasn't had a big influence. I think he might be a little bit injured, so we'll have a look at that in the second half, but probably Bashir at this stage.
Long way to go, though. 6-7-43 Seaford, 3-9-27 Mornington on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Back with the second half shortly. Get your game face on.
In life,
You have to play by the rules. Fit in
don't be too thin.
or too bulky.
You have to be perfect.
Try harder. Go faster.
Know your limits.
Calm down.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Wearing that.
Eating that.
Suck it up. Suck it in.
Boys don't cry.
Girls don't fight.
You can't do that.
You watch this.
There's no right way.
No wrong way.
Only your way.
Anybody,
Anytime.
Hi, I'm David from Jigsaw Finance. If you're looking to purchase a home or an investment property or even refinance your home loan, at Jigsaw Finance we can put the pieces together to make it work for you.
final six. On the inside, Sophie Marr, but Isabella Khan gets the upper hand.
Just gets it past the fielder. You're in trouble. Pierce Sterling will be run out.
And
Wonderful to see some of the greats of Australian sport here today.
It's just on exactly 2 miles. 2-time Olympic Games finalists over the 3,000 steeple.
Too wide. In the inside is Marr, but down the outside is Khan.
Cover running it at ground level. Charlie Rowe again from Mount Eliza.
I want to crash the interview. Take the microphone, please. Thank you. So I just want to be a big fan of yours. So I'm in the federal parliament, but you play Big Bash.
Come outdoors, we're sitting here watching athletics, there's heaps of people running of all ages.
Time's through, so this first place is really important. The runner in green in Buddy.
Eddie Jerovic now has got a bit of move to do. He's got to try to get a run off the bank somewhere. He's
Gertz roosts that one. That is a monster of a kick for a goal. Waters in again short. He hits this high, and he might have got enough on this to go for 6. It has. Coming into a catching position on the onside. Mills the spoon shot. He's picked the gap beautifully. What a shot that is.
Get your game face on.
Do you want to generate $2,000 a week for your club? Stand out from the crowd of generic websites? Now that I have your attention, let me walk you through how ClubZone can supercharge your fundraising. Is it time for your club's website to be upgraded to a new, easy-to-use platform? Create a ClubZone website and experience the new benefits today. It's time to supercharge your fundraising. ClubZone is everything your club will need to raise money. It's time to have an all-in-one website for your club's important news, information, sponsorship, e-commerce, ticketing, membership, and much more. There is no need to complicate things with cash when you can run everything through your website. Get your own online store to sell anything and everything: memberships, apparel, merchandise, memorabilia, and more. For the club that has to juggle everything, ClubZone's easy-to-use and easy-to-build website solves your problems. No need to update the latest news on your homepage. ClubZone will have an auto-generated newsfeed straight from your Facebook feed. Open up your club's sponsorship opportunities and showcase and sell packages online to build their exposure. Set up fundraisers like never before with a fully automated raffle system. Ensure that you keep your fundraising events professional. ClubZone's integrated ticketing system is for all of your online and physical events. Take things to another professional level with ticket scanning functionality. know help desk tools are one of the most integral tools when it comes to supporting our customer base successfully. That's why we are constantly building on our in-depth information centre for your use. Get the full Club Zone experience for just $14.80 a week.
On the inside, Sophie Ma, but Isabella Khan gets the upper hand.
Just gets it past the fielder. You're in trouble. Pierce Sterling, we run out. And
we wonderful to see some of the greats of Australian sport here today.
It's just on exactly 2 miles. Two-time Olympic Games finalist over the 3,000 steeple.
Too wide. In the inside is Ma, but down the outside of Khan.
Over running it at ground level. Charlie Rowe again from Mount Eliza.
I want to crash the interview. Take the microphone, Pete. Thank you. So I just want to be a big fan of yours. So I'm in the federal parliament, but you play Big Bash.
Come outdoors, we're sitting here watching athletics, there's heaps of people running of all ages.
Time's through, so this first place is really important. The runner in green in Buddy.
Eddie Jerovic now has got a bit of move to do. He's got to try to get a run off the bank somewhere.
Gertz roosts that one. That is a monster of a kick for a goal. Waters in again short. He hits this high, and he might have got enough on this to go for 6. It has. Coming into a catching position on the onside. Mills the spoon shot. He's picked the gap beautifully. What a shot that is.
Get your game face on.
Hi, I'm David from Jigsaw Finance. We're your trusted local mortgage broker. With 25 years of experience, we're proud to be involved in local community sport and also sponsoring Game Face. Our trusted processes ensure that the end-to-end transaction goes smoothly, whether you're purchasing a home or refinancing your home loan. We're your local trusted finance teammate.
Do you want to generate $2,000 a week for your club? Stand out from the crowd of generic websites? Now that I have your attention, let me walk you through how Club Zone can supercharge your fundraising. Is it time for your club's website to be upgraded to a new, easy-to-use platform? Create a Club Zone website and experience the new benefits today. It's time to supercharge your fundraising. Club Zone is everything your club will need to raise money. It's time to have an all-in-one website for your club's important news, information, sponsorship, e-commerce, ticketing, membership, and much more. There is no need to complicate things with cash when you can run everything through your website. Get your own online store to sell anything and everything. Memberships, apparel, merchandise, memorabilia, and more. For the club that has to juggle everything, Club Zone's easy-to-use and easy-to-build website solves your problems. No need to update the latest news on your homepage. Club Zone will have an auto-generated newsfeed straight from your Facebook feed. Open up your club's sponsorship opportunities and showcase and sell packages online to build their exposure. Set up fundraisers like never before with a fully automated raffle system. Ensure that you keep your fundraising events professional. Club Zone's integrated ticketing.
And thanks to Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the Peninsula since 1979. It is the second half here at Alexandra Park between Mornington, 8th on the table in second division, looking to stay in touch with the top 5. And they take on Seaford, who've won 7 and lost 4. They'd won
7 in a row before losing last week after going down to the first 3 matches of the year. Mornington won their first game, dropped the next 5, including a couple of close ones, and have won 4 of their next 5 after that, including a very and one game they did go down, and that was against Langwarrin. But their form in the last 5 weeks, Chris Holcomb, has been okay, the Dogs, hasn't it?
Yeah, they have. They had a tough run at the start with who they were playing, and they lost a lot of close ones, but seemed to find their feet. But they come up against a side very similar to them, very young, very hungry, hard at the contest, but probably both sides lacking a little bit of polish.
Yeah.
And that's whoever probably finishes off with the ball more effectively in the second half will probably get the result here.
Well, Bashir and Philippone starting in the middle with Rain and Camilleri.
So Harry
Camilleri
Bold
on Speedy again. I think Camilleri's got the job on Speedy.
Yeah, well, that's a good effort, and at least they've put someone to him with a bit of speed. Harry Bold's gone to Philippone, which is a big one, and Nate Heath on Bashir. They'll just run each other. I don't think they'll follow each other too much.
So second half underway. Smith wins it down. Speedy couldn't control it for the Bulldogs. And player taken down in a tackle in the middle of the ground, going nowhere. That is Heath, and it'll be thrown up again. 16-point lead on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Rain the tap, and his teammate in Bashir read it best and was dumped to the turf. Oh, he gets one high
that's soft.
against Heath. He said, I reckon there's a free kick there, and the umpire agrees with him. I don't think it was there, but anyway, Bashir has been good so far. Drives it long inside 50. Had 42 possessions in one match. Butner couldn't take the mark. Quinter's there. Had it socket away. Good defence by Brown to get it out, and now his teammate is there to lend support, but not able to pick it up. Close to the boundary line was Bold, and eventually they bring it down the outer side once more, Seaford, and there might be a free kick, I think.
Downfield.
Yeah, downfield once more. There's been a little bit of that today for both teams.
Undisciplined. You don't need that. Coach killers, we call them, mate.
Yeah, they are. It was Philippone who was pushed down. And there will be a free kick in the forward pocket to be taken by Seaford. Their shots at goal today, both teams leave a little bit to be desired, especially Mornington, 12 scoring shots, 3-9-27 to 6-7-43.
That is terrible.
This is across the face again. It was sort of a nothing shot, wasn't it? And I think it has gone through for a behind or a boundary throw. No, boundary throw it.
They just lack that polish, don't they, mate?
Yeah, just a little bit. Back into play, beside the behind post, deep into attack. Rain, once, twice, 3 times a lady. Rayson running into an open goal, brought down brilliantly. That should be holding the ball. Then Rayson tried to sock it off the ground as the Seaford forward 50 tackling was pretty good. 10 metres out from the goal square. There'll be a stalemate and the ball up. Thrown up again. Cransbury trying to get in position. Smith knocks it away. Overrunning at Hobson for the Bulldogs. Still 20 metres out from goal. Big pack forming. The umpire says, I will throw it up once more. 16-point lead to the Tigers. 2 minutes into the third quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Open-handed slap. Good tackle laid by Smith, who's worked pretty hard, I reckon, in his second game. Coming up from the reserves. He gets the tap down again. They can't clear congestion, the Bulldogs. Shot at goal. Oh, that's a magnificent goal.
Goal of the day.
That might be goal of the day for Wealthpool. An outstanding goal, and I reckon it might be from the boot of Tom Loney. We'll just confirm that. He was hard on the boundary. It came out to him. He just snapped around the body, and he made something out of nothing. And it is Tom Loney. Thank you, guys. 7-7-49 to 3-9-27.
Starting to get some assistance from the crowd, mate.
On the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. If his brother can do it, and his younger brother Jack, who's playing, I think, with old Halebarians in the amateurs, former St Kilda player, if they can do it, he can do it just as well. And that's our goal of the day at the moment for Wealthpool Finance. Thrown up in the middle, big lead now, 22 points, biggest lead of the match, 7-7-49 to 3-9-27. Dogs win a clearance. Good tackle by Philippone and Short Heath, couldn't get a great hand pass out. Camilleri tried to get it out just over the sandy area there in the middle of the ground to his teammate, who was taking another tackle.
Huge effort at the moment.
It'll be thrown up again.
Nate Heath's really putting in for Mornington at the moment, mate. Really pushing hard.
He needs more support.
He does.
Taps it down. Picked up Harvey. Little give Camilleri, accosted again, he's a hard nut. Great hand pass under the pump to Rain and to Harvey. Try the outlet hand pass. And giving away a free kick was Park. That was a very silly free kick. Brown gets the free kick but turns it over and Camilleri does well. Handballs to Rayson. Great play by Camilleri to intercept. Kicks to half forward. Butner went one-handed. Couldn't take the mark and Kane wins it at ground level. Kicks the Bulldogs to the wing and an excellent mark taken by O'Connor. Feeds a hand pass out. They have the ball on the outer side of the ground and Heath will take the mark. He looks to play on now on the left. He'll drive his team inside 50. Loping ball but getting back. That should be a good mark taken by one of their young defenders in Frey. Frey has got a suit that for Seaford. He elects to go to Harvey. Good intercepting. He's got it on the broadcast side. Harvey half distance pass down the line over the head of his teammate in Kennedy. Cransbuehler's there. Ball's at ground level. Gorka overruns it for Mornington. Then goes back in and lays a tackle on Kennedy. And he's underneath it there. Could be holding the ball. The umpire says, no, I'll throw it up just in front of the Mornington coaches box. They're down by 22 points. Thanks to Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the Peninsula since 1979. Great tap by Rain again. Filipponi couldn't grab it. Taps to his own advantage and soccers it. Makes 40 metres deep inside the attacking 50. And in the end, the Bulldogs rushed it over the boundary, courtesy of one of their players doing a good job down there, Jacoby. And it'll be thrown back into play.
I know it's a hypothetical, but the lack of key forwards in the game, you put a Jackson Calder into this Mornington side, mate, and they become a top 3 side really, really quickly, don't they?
No doubt about that. Boundary thrown again, back into play. Rain taps to the back. It gets closer to goal again. Socked by Teagle in the long sleeves. Dogs under pressure. They feed a hand pass to Cameron. Cameron will feed a hand pass now to half back. They'll come out of defence again. Quick kick towards the wing. Good mark taken by DeCluver just behind the wing. DeCluver has Speedy and short but goes down the line. Grant, he does well to make nice presentation.
This is where they're falling down, Dan.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Callum Ash got that kick out to DeCluver, who gets it to Grant, who kicks to half forward, going up, not completing the mark north.
He's paying
Constable
it.
was in his back then. He was just a bit clumsy in his endeavours to get hold of a loose ball then. The youngster with the dreadlocks. And a free kick to North in the right forward pocket,
Left
just
footer.
in front of the Seaford coaches box.
Left footer, mate. This side's going to suit him. Need to finish. Need to get back in the game.
See if it'll come back. He'll run around now North on the left.
Oh,
he centres it, I think, or did he not quite get that properly?
Hodor.
And an easy mark taken by Rain. Last line of defence, a candidate for the mark of the day for Catapult, but Rayson, he just gives it up and kicks it straight on the chest of Goosey. He's kicked 1 today, 6 last week. He's got a player leading for him, Grant, but the kick's too high for him. He had an opponent with him. Cleared out of defence by Bashir. Turns an opponent inside out. Shows wonderful candy. Gets it out to Kennedy, who's all on his own. And now the Seaford boys have to get back because the Bulldogs have got players in front of him. He goes back now to Rayson to bide some time. Rayson kicks down the line to Filippone. Filippone and Bashir having big matches, as is Rayson, who receives a hand pass at close quarters. Feeds a hand pass out wide again. Kennedy hard on the boundary. Kicks to Butner. Up he goes. He can't take the mark. Ball's at ground level. There's Tom Loney again. Taken and a tackle. Held up. Tied up 30 metres out from the goal. They're attacking. The lead's still 22 points, and we're 7.5 minutes in the third quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
That was great to see from Bashir. Something we don't see in local footy enough, mate. The candy.
Yeah,
Love
the
it.
showing of the candy. Tap down again. Here's a chance for a shot at goal. Roving it hard and doing a good job to attack it and just missing to the right-hand side. Another behind on the board. Kennedy did well to rove that, being a big man. Out of defence goes Speedy.
Good mark.
And an excellent mark under the pump taken by Dalziel. He received one for his troubles as well. From Park, gets the hand pass.
That's a dangerous kick.
To North, he kicks to Grant, but again a little bit high for him. Fisted to ground level by McGuinness, playing at centre half back and changing in the ruck. Handball on the up. Wasn't taken cleanly by Jenkins and then lays a smother. Tapped inside 50 for the Bulldogs. Picked up by Escudero. Gets the hand pass out now. He couldn't take it clean. Helsel. Cameron loves a goal. Cameron steps, hits the post. Would have been a very handy goal for the Dogs for Jimmy Cameron, the caveman. Just misses hitting the post. And they're now 3-12-30 as Giddings Constable's back into play and he finds Park in the back pocket. Broadcast side of the ground. Sorry, 3:10.28 to 7:8.50. 22-point lead down the line. Smith couldn't mark it. Waiting at the back, Hobson. He crumbs. Gets the hand pass out now to Bold. Gets the hand pass to Ash. Back to Bold now. Bold beats one. Beats two. He shows candy of his own. The lovely Snakes. Gets the hand pass with a beautiful one in the direction of Halsall. Almost a good mark at full forward. Not quite taken by Goosey. Ball goes to ground. Getting Constable and McGuinness combined. Searle receives on the up. The front of the pack. Gets a hand pass on the outside now to Rayson. Rayson takes a long time to get rid of it. Almost gets taken down at a tackle and then kicks wide to the wing on the outer side. And Mitch Harvey takes the mark just near the scoreboard.
Macklin Rain not working down the line hard enough.
In fact, it's
to get
Tom
that
Laney.
target.
Thanks, boys. He's the right footer. Mitch Harvey, the left footer. Kicks towards the wing. Almost a big mark. Not taken. And Ash then lays a good tackle to ensure that the Bulldogs don't lose ground in this exchange. It'll be thrown up again on the wing on the outer side. 50 plays 28 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Thrown up once more. Rain the tap. Good roving again by Bashir. That turned over. Heath hard on the boundary. Kicks inside 50.
Oi.
Looking for someone to mark. They all crash in. Goosey gets the hand pass out. Spinning by. Shot at goal. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Getting back though is McGuinness. Does well as the kick just sat in the goal square from Goosey in the end. Kicks towards the wing on the outer side. Jenkins gets the hand pass out to Searle. Gets the hand pass back to Jenkins. Jenkins gets a hand pass now clear towards Lachlan. Lachlan skids it along the turf to Filipponi. He's off to the races. He draws a man. Hand pass no good. Turned over at the back. That was good play by Gorka, but his hand pass wasn't great. Picked up now by his teammate who gets it on the half volley, Lothian, and he goes in short now to Brown. Brown the left footer. Kicks inside 50 for the Bulldogs. Parry and thrust at the moment. North had two to beat. Couldn't take the mark. Park at the spillage. Collects for the Tigers. Kicks to the wing. Oh, gee, coming out to try and lay a bump was Loney. He should have gone for the footy as Rowler was there to confront him and see it over the boundary for the Dogs.
Really dangerous kick at Mornington to kick it high into centre half forward because it's such a short distance to go through. It's just a place you don't want to kick the ball high to.
And Seaford are always getting their numbers back, aren't they? They're very good at it. They do it every single time.
Park's usually the one that goes back and be that loose man, but yeah, they generally flood back pretty well.
Hayden or Hugh Park? It's Hugh, isn't it? Tap
Hugh
down.
Park.
Yeah, it is.
Hugh Park.
Picked up by Bashir. Lost it once, lost it twice. Dragged to ground in a tackle. And on the spillage, Hobson takes it the other way. Kicks to Goosey. Can't take the mark. At the drop, good hand pass. Comes out. Good play by Thornell, but it's turned over again. O'Connor, his kick, not great. Getting in the way, intercepting is Philippone. Handballs to his partner in crime, Bashir. Handballs backwards now towards Cornford. That is a terrible kick, flat kick. Finds Teakle who dropped the mark, but he still gets the handball further afield. Searle shoved in the back will grab a free kick, attacking side of the wing.
Yeah, there's a few mongrels going on at the moment. Can we let us say that on air, mate? Mongrels?
Mongrels.
Let us say
finger-breaking punts, of which Rex Hunt used to say, nearly got himself into trouble a few times.
We've seen a lot of those
the way
today.
He said it, we have. Searle, peering ball inside, 50. Kennedy in the middle, couldn't take the mark. Good tackle by Hobson. Jars it free. Speedy the spillage to Ash. Handball now out and drawing his man is Bold. Feeds it on the outside, Kane. Handball's back inside to Bold. Bold draws his man now with another hand pass. Beating one, beating two. Little right foot kick by Ash again, but turned over badly. Good play to run onto it. The Camilleri does well to get it to his teammate Philippone, who snaps. It was a free kick to Camilleri. Advantage called, and he was on the burst and misses to the right-hand side.
It seemed neither side at the moment is going to do any ball control. They're just backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I think it just needs a little bit of seniority just to slow the game down a little bit.
51-28 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. As Heath receives beautiful kick in from Kane. Kicks down the line for the Bulldogs. Grant push forward. North at the back. Goes after it again. Tried to tap it forward. But getting in the road and seeing it over the line's Frey's done a good job in defence as he pushes and shoves to Kluver. And it'll be a boundary throw, and O'Connor's in there as well for the Bulldogs.
A lot of pushing and shoving these days. Not too many fisties thrown, is
there?
No.
You sort of can't, can you?
Not like you in the good old days, Dan.
Yeah.
No, you would have thrown a few fisties.
Mate, I used to just hang out the back. Back into play at half forward. I was the softest butter. Rain wins it. Throws it on the boot. Kicks to Searle. Can't take the mark. The young fella Cull's with him now. He picks it up. Searle's into his back. He laid an egg on him. And young Cull, the 17-year-old, went in hard. Angels fear to tread. He's a left footer. Talking of Angels, the great man Robbie Williams is coming. Hogs, I thought you'd be happy about that. I know he is. He finds Gorka. Gorka kicks to the wing and has Ash running into space. Brought down late. late. Could be a free kick down the ground just as Jenkins went to take the mark. He couldn't take it. It's picked up by Brown. Brown, a left foot kick inside 50 and Giddings comfortable fist down.
That's a mark.
And now he takes the footy himself and delivers across the face. There is no one there for the Tigers. It's all Bulldogs. He can have a cup of tea and pick the footy up now, Heath, and he elects to burn off Searle. On the left, bangs it back inside 50. Almost a good mark to Goosey. Couldn't take the mark. In fact, it was the player trying to mark at Dalziel. Off hands, getting a hand pass out on that occasion, and he did a pretty good job to get that hand pass out. Was Quint, and then a high ball came out of defence from the Seaford team, and Cransbuehler marks at half back. In short, it wasn't a great kick, but it had hang time, and luckily Cransbuehler marked it. He finds Raisin. Raisin kicks to the wing on the outer side. Harvey does well. Sockers to his own advantage. Sockers again, but Socker too hard and out of bounds on the full.
Do you reckon there's any chance of taking a little bit of time with the ball and making a decision, making a safe kick, moving the ball on? At the moment, it's just a frantic
23-point lead on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
Hodor down the line, back on the rain.
Can he take the mark? He thought he could, but then there's his teammate Philippone on the second grab.
He's had a big quarter.
He has, as the kick came down from Gorka of the Bulldogs, throwing up on the wing again. Need to find out who's going to win our Titleist gold balls for BOG for the Rosebud Country Club. Tap down towards Racing, who overruns it. The other baldy Cameron picks up for the Dogs. Floats a hand pass, which is intercepted by Harvey. Harvey will get a half-distance pass now to Quint. Quint is in the middle of the ground.
Racing.
He'll kick it wide again. Racing takes the mark at half forward. Looks to step around Carl. His hand pass was not great. Put his teammate Philippone under the pump. He delays it. Gets the hand pass back again to Cransbuehler. Cransbuehler to Philippone and goes wide to Racing. They shared it pretty well on that outer side. And Racing marks at half forward, 40 from goal.
That's not an overly tough pocket to kick a goal from, Dan. And we're not far out at all, so I reckon there's a good chance. But Philippone getting a lot of the ball this quarter. I think they might have to have a look at that. I don't think they can wait until three-quarter time.
16 minutes gone. Racing misses by a fair way. Yet to kick a goal today. The veteran kicked 29 for the season. And it's 7-10-52 to 3-10-28. An even four-goal buffer on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
Just trying to look it through and see who from Mornington can just show a bit of seniority. If Speeds is still out there, just to say him to slow down a little bit and take some time with the ball. There he is. Speedy's got the ball
difference
now.
With the right home line. Good play by Speed to get the hand pass out to Cull. And now they've got Cameron receiving the 45-metre kick in the middle of the ground. He gets the hand pass off, but the kick is smothered. North in the middle, and Grant is there and can't get near it. And now Cameron picks up the loose ball, spits out to him towards half forward to Kluver, under pressure in front of our commentary position. He's worried out of it by Frey, going to ground now, trying to get a hand pass out Dalziel. Jenkins sitting on him, now it comes out to Kluver, kicks towards, full forward, no mark taken at the top.
Racing's got Racing in the middle. He's missed him.
But he overkicks it. Coming the other way now is Jacoby. Pushed by Racing. Couldn't get a decent kick on it. Racing picks it up again. Feeds a hand pass out that misses the target.
Missed opportunity.
And eventually Ash has got
missed
it.
Opportunity.
He'll float a hand pass in the middle of the ground to Lothian. Back to Ash. And Ash kicks forward of the play and finds Escorido now. Escorido with his right foot kick into the pocket. Looking for someone to mark. Again, it was a little bit too high. They're just not hitting their targets today. O'Connor was the intended target. And two defenders are able to run it out of bounds. Lawrence and Park being the two. Lachlan and Park being the two for Seaford.
Yeah, that was
a throw in 24-point lead.
That was a terrible miss by Bashir. He had it all open. He had time. Miss Racing. Racing could have turned around and run into 50, no problems.
Rain taps it down again. Bashir. Manhandled.
Cave time.
Bursts out of the footy. 45 metres out for
here
goal
he goes.
of the day for Wealth Pool. That might ignite the Bulldogs. Terrific goal by the caveman, Jimmy Cameron. 4-10-34. Cuts it to 18 points. 7-10-52. And that's a big candidate for our Wealth Pool goal of the day, with income streams paying 8 to 14% per annum. Find out how you can eliminate your mortgage, create more wealth, and boost your super. Call Tim and the team, 1300 827 172.
They have to work so hard for their goals, though, at the moment, Mornington. That's the thing. They're working hard backwards and forwards. But please, you just need to show a little bit of maturity and hit that shorter target instead of going backwards and forwards. The game's really got sort of a table tennis sort of feel to it at the moment.
Parry and thrust, isn't it?
It is, backwards and forwards. So Seaford has still got their numbers back, and they haven't got time to move them forward to get reasonable targets.
18-point lead, Rain. Smith has nullified him well today. Harvey impeded in the middle of the ground, trying to get hold of the footy. Rain's hand pass to slam down. Smith didn't know where it was. Cameron did. Little give out, trying to soccer it forward. Cull, but straight into traffic, back to Cameron. Gets the hand pass out now. Handball wide, good play. On the end of it is Dalziel, kicks into the pocket. And mark taken by North. Also involved with the chain of hand passing at centre half forward was Brown.
Is that the first time we've seen a lead up hit a target and take a mark in the forward line today for Mornington?
I certainly think so.
Yeah.
I feel good, James Brown. Great hand pass. I feel good. Fairly acute angle for North for 2 in a row to keep the Dogs in this. Remembering they're looking for their 4th consecutive win to stay in the finals race. We'll go around the grounds a little bit later for Mornington Timber and Decking. Great to have Chris Holcomb here. One of the all-time greats of the MPNFL and for Game Face. Slight angle, 40 metres out. The left footer North.
No, he pushed it.
He pushed it to the left-hand side at the southern end, and they've had their chances. 4-11-35 to 7-10-52. And Rosebud are in front of Bond Beach, looking for 2 in a row to usurp EDS and go above them. They're up by 11 points on the Mornington Timber and Decking scoreboard. As McGuinness receives in the back pocket and goes back to another long-haired player, the Dreadlock Holiday from 10cc, and Giddings Constable, whose kick is too high for Harvey, spills to Park, who cleans it up, back to Harvey. Harvey feeds over the top, just clears the hands of Helsel, kicks down the line to the wing to Kennedy. 2 to beat, good play by Rowler, managed to tap it to DeCluver. In front of our commentary position, kicks down the line once more, getting up, attempting to mark Goosey, does well to win it at ground level after not taking the mark. Brown skids it on the half volley, Escorido's handball run down, Cameron's there again, beats 1, beats 2, tried to feed a hand pass out, put his teammate under the pump, taken an a tackle, long time he had it bowled. Swung around tackle in a 360 and a free kick to the veteran racing at centre half back for the Tigers, who lead by 17 points.
Very good tackle from the experienced campaigner there in racing.
Spreads it wide now, he did. And this is Frey. Frey kicks down the line, getting up and fisting down is Teakle. Follows Teakle. He scored the first goal and handballs on the outside now to Jenkins, the left footer. Jenkins straightens up on the outer wing. Kicks high inside 50. Looking for someone to mark. No one can. Ball's at ground level. Jacoby manages to squirt after it as it squirts out to him, but it finds the boundary line. And it'll be thrown back into play at half-back for the Dogs at the town end.
Yeah, they seem, because they're pushing their numbers back at the moment, Seaford, when they're going forward, they're outnumbered every time. So they're finding it hard to penetrate when they get in that 50.
So 21 minutes gone in the third quarter. Mornington getting a goal through Cameron to cut the margin to 17 points. Another one would make it interesting going into the last change. Tapped down again by Smith. Philippine breaks 1, breaks 2, steadies. Oh, don't tell me that's goal of the day. No, misses to the right-hand side. He swiveled in and out of tackles, using his hips brilliantly and steadied enough, but just couldn't quite find the opening and behind. 3-goal lead again for Seaford on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Back into play. Short kick. Kane finds Ash. Ash back to half-back. Helsel defends to the outer side of the ground and bowled. In fact, taking the mark is Jacoby at half-back. And they look to slow it down now, the Dogs. Kick down the line again. That is a bit better.
A lot better.
Yeah, Brown takes the mark and finds Heath.
See if they've got their numbers back.
Yes,
they just have to be patient now.
They are. He elects to switch again towards the broadcast side of the ground. Calling forward Kane. Couldn't take the mark. Great contest, Butner. They turn it over. Handballs now to Camilleri. Camilleri scrambles a kick to Rayson. Pushed his opponent out of it. And he's kicked goal of the day, Damien Rayson. He's turned back the clock. He pushed his opponent Gorka out of it, swung around the body, raises his arms in triumph, and try beating that for our goal of the day thanks to Wealthpool, Tim and the team, and you won't. That is a ripper.
Yep.
Gives his team a 4-goal buffer on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. You're a beauty, Damien Rayson, 8-11-59. And they lead Mornington 4-11-35 thanks to Jeff Wignall Ford.
Just experience there, mate. Had his opponent, pushed him under the ball for where the ball was going to drop, turned around, 35 out, snap a Rooney, in you go. That was fantastic.
30th goal of the season.
It's always a dangerous kick. That one that came over to Matty Kane over this side. It ended up being a 1-on-3. If he had taken the mark, it would have been okay, but it cost him a goal in the end.
Rain the tap. Can the Bulldogs get a free
Oh, here
kick?
we
They
go.
do,
That's
and
a
out
goal.
of the middle now. Here's Bold, who got shoved out of the contest with race and kicks to half forward. Almost a good mark there to Kluver. Taken to ground in a tackle, lost control of it. Handball comes out. They keep it alive. The Bulldogs inside attacking 50. Jenkins from the wing comes back to help in the last line of defence for the Tigers. Tries to paddle it towards the boundary. Kept alive again. Giddings Constable lays a very, very good tackle to bring his opponent over the line deep in the attacking 50, and that was O'Connor. It'll be a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Harry Bold, I don't know why he did pass that. He was clear by a mile. He could have ran in 35 out directly in front and had a shot at goal then. Just a bit of experience.
Some of their decision-making's let them down, isn't it, today?
Yeah,
Rain
definitely.
the tap. Still inside the attacking 50. Bold again, who's battled manfully. Loose ball, again at half-back for Seaford. They get numbers around the contest. It's socket out by the Dogs to the top of the goal score. Who's going to pick it up? Chance for a shot at goal. It is. It's a magnificent effort by Ash. He just threw it on the boot. He was under pressure and he just managed to get enough on it and it rolls home. It was an open goal square and they stay on the hunt, the Dogs. And maybe, even though Damien Rayson's goal is going to be hard to beat, you could put him up in lights for goal of the day for Wealth Pool. 5:11:41 to 8:11:59. Probably no
Bit
chance,
of a stretch, mate.
but we've got to keep plugging our sponsors. 3-goal lead and we're 25 minutes into the third quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
Always got to keep plugging something, Dan. We'll just keep going. But no, you're never out of it at Mornington, though. It's such a small ground and it's such an easy ground to get a roll on. 3 goals is nothing. So just keep it nice and tight for 3/4 time, then work out how you're going to do it in the last quarter.
Did well to form the wall in, didn't he? Ash, to ensure it didn't clear the attacking 50.
He did.
Rain got a tap on it. Philippone was taking an tackle from Bold, so he socketed it forward. Rayson elects to attack it, but Ash is there and does well to Fossegate a hand pass to Bold. Bold's hand pass is okay too to Gorka, but Gorka finds trouble as Seaford able to keep it inside attacking 50 by fisting it down and putting it over the boundary. So there's the siren, and it's 3/4 time, and it's an 18-point lead at the 25 minutes that quarter went to Seaford going into the final quarter. 8:11:59, Mornington 5:11:41 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard, and a major sponsor today, Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the peninsula for 40 years around the grounds for Mornington Timber and Decking. Chris Holcomb.
Langwarrin now put a bit of space on Chelsea. They are currently 26 points up. Pearsdale 15 points up on... Oh, no, sorry, it just got updated. 9 points up on Kringle, so that might end up being a close game, that one there. Somerville kick clear of Crib Point after that good start from Crib Point. They are now about 38 points up. And Devon Meadows kicking clear of Rye there, about 10 goals up now. If we turn to Division 1 and we see, there's a couple of little surprises. Edithvale 30 points down on Sorrento.
Fought back though. At least it was looking really bad earlier. It's exactly what it was at quarter time. So they've minimised the damage. So well done to Edie.
They have. And Rosebud's 11-point lead has just been evaporated. They are now 3 points down on Bond Beach. So that'll be an interesting last quarter,
Certainly
actually.
will be.
Red Hill have bounced back on Mount Eliza. 5:11:41 to 7:8:50. So there's only 9 points in that now. Here's another ripper. Dramana 10:666, Pines 9:862. And
if Pines win today, they're right in the mix to play in the finals.
And if Dramana win that, that top 3 is looking more and more likely that they might be a chance for it.
But if Dramana lose, Pines go ahead of them.
Oh, well. Yeah, it's a tight comp. Anything past first is, a tight.
Because if you look at it at the moment, Bond Beach are on 28 points. Dramana are on 26 with that draw against Red Hill, which might cost them dearly early in the season over the Easter weekend. Then the Bombers are 24 and the Pines are 24, but their percentage is under 100. So if Pines win, that is an 8-point game, that one. They'll go ahead of Dramana and probably knock Dramana out of the top 5. Now, I had Dramana finishing bottom at the start of the year, and now they're not going to finish bottom, but there's a chance with that loss, for the first time, we might be thinking Dramana might miss out in the finals, and that looked highly unlikely 2 or 3 weeks ago.
It's going to be an interesting finish to the season anyway, mate. And Frankston Bombers are still down on YCW at the moment, so they're 38 points down at the moment and don't look like they're going to get the job done.
No, without their star player in Alex Harnett. Who's going to get the job done here, Hulks? It's 3/4 time, 18-point lead to Seaford, 8:11:59. And Mornington a 5:11:41 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard.
I'm not going to write Mornington off yet because you can really score heavily on this ground, but they have to clean up their disposal going into that forward 50. That's the biggest thing because we know Seaford like to push their numbers back. They don't know they like to get parked behind the ball 1 out to fill that hole, and they're going to continue to do that. So as the game gets longer and longer, they're going to push more and more numbers behind the ball, and it's going to be harder for Mornington to score. So they really need to hit those targets going forward. At the moment, those Seaford look like they've got a bit of a stranglehold on it.
And we'd like to thank the players from both clubs, Seaford and Mornington, today for wearing the Catapult Sports GPS trackers. Catapult Sports also providing our market today, creating technology to help athletes and teams perform to their true potential. They include Matthew North of Mornington and Ishak Bashir of Seaford, along with Riley Hosey of Seaford, number 15, and Mitch Harvey of Seaford. And certainly Bashir and Harvey have had a lot of the footy so far today and have certainly been all over the ground. So I'll be interested to find out how many Ks that they've travelled and how quickly they've travelled as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Tyler Hobson, who's been playing in defence, has also been pretty prominent today for Mornington, wearing the GPS tracker from Catapult. So Simon Goosey's got his players in a huddle. We've got a quarter to go. It's a big, big game. They need to win this to be just one game behind Seaford Mornington with the run home. If they lose this, they'll be 3 games behind and probably out of finals contention after that 5-game losing streak between rounds 2 and 6. But their football in recent weeks has been okay. But 8-11-59 Seaford Mornington, 5-11-41. A major sponsor, Jeff Wignall Ford. Back with the last quarter shortly. Get your game face on.
Do you want to generate $2,000 a week for your club? Stand out from the crowd of generic websites? Now that I have your attention, let me walk you through how ClubZone can supercharge your fundraising. Is it time for your club's website to be upgraded to a new, easy-to-use platform? Create a ClubZone website and experience the new benefits today. It's time to supercharge your fundraising. ClubZone is everything your club will need to raise money. It's time to have an all-in-one website for your club's important news, information, sponsorship, e-commerce, ticketing, membership, and much more. There is no need to complicate things with cash when you can run everything through your website. Get your own online store to sell anything and everything. Memberships, apparel, merchandise, memorabilia, and more. For the club that has to juggle everything, ClubZone's easy-to-use and easy-to-build website solves your problems. No need to update the latest news on your homepage. ClubZone will have an auto-generated newsfeed straight from your Facebook feed. Open up your club's sponsorship opportunities and showcase and sell packages online to build their exposure. Set up fundraisers like never before with a fully automated raffle system. Ensure that you keep your fundraising events professional. ClubZone's integrated ticketing system is for all of your online and physical events. Take things to another professional level with ticket scanning functionality. We know help desk tools are one of the most integral tools when it comes to supporting our customer base successfully. That's why we are constantly building on our in-depth information centre for your use. Get the full ClubZone experience for just $14.80 a week.
On the inside, Sophie Ma, but Isabella Khan gets the upper hand.
Just gets it past the field. You're in trouble. Pierce Sylvie, be run out. Towards the wing, North couldn't take the mark. Off hands hard on the boundary. Mornington kick deep inside 50. They've just got to go long as they can. Grant couldn't take the mark at the drop. Here's a chance for a shot at goal. They've got one. It's only taken a couple of minutes, and getting on the end of it was North. Left foot snap. That's the chance for goal of the day. Magnificent goal by North for Wealthpool, and they've kicked a couple and they've got it back within a manageable distance. If you go straight down the middle, which they were able to. Adrian Speedy won the clearance and then issued instructions as Helsel went wide and brought it back into the corridor, and North was there at the drop and it's kicked a great goal. Back to 2 goals, 6-11-47 to 8-11-59 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard, Hawks.
Happy with that start?
No, Macklin Rain misses it. Tapped down by Smith. One by Camilleri on the left. He wobbles a kick inside 50. Teakle attacks it hard. Can't take the footy. He's been great today. Heath feeds the hand pass off now. Speedy on the outside. Lovely long hand pass. Finds a player who's given them a lot of run today in Gorka. Gorka finds Brown with a left foot. Brown also a left footer. Josh Brown kicks inside 50. Grant up again. Makes a contest. McGuinness has played mainly in defence today. Sometimes it's changed in the ruck. Gets a nice spoil over the boundary for the Tigers. They're under the pump at the moment at the town end of the ground here at Mornington. 8-11-59 to 6-11-47 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Our major sponsor is Jeff Wignall Ford.
They were a little bit worried about Jimmy Cameron as well at the stoppages, so they had to make sure that they know where he is. So at the moment, I think it's Camilleri's gone to him at this one.
Boundary throw-in, tap down, Rain, Heath, Speedy, feeds a hand pass out. He got it to Cull, back to Speedy, under the pump, a high left footer, up and down to the one spot. No one marking, off hands. Brown was underneath it for the Dogs. Getting Constable there as well. Out of bounds at half forward in front of Woolworths. Can we mention them? They're not a sponsor, but everyone knows it. Just near Main Street.
Actually, they're not there anymore.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they've just closed up.
Where are they going?
A beautiful little centre down the road, mate.
Massive. Boundary throw-in from behind. Rain wins it down at the road. Philippone kicks towards half-back behind Rayson. He was caught out. Couldn't take the mark. Ball's at ground level. I thought Bashir may have been shoved in the back. Rayson taken down in a standing tackle, and the umpire says, give it to me, boys. I'll throw it up. Tigers by 2 goals. Tightening up here at Alexandra. They kicked the last couple, the Bulldogs. Needing a win to stay in the race for a spot in the finals. Looking for 4 wins on the trot. Macklin Rain, open-handed slap. Kranzbuehler on the up. His hand pass misses the target. Smith goes in and fetches. Handballs defensively. Helsel loses control of it in the tackle for the Dogs. Knocked off a Teakle by the caveman Cameron. Puts him over the boundary, and then he gets a push and shove from Bashir. And Teakle again. It'll be thrown back into play.
That's why they call him the caveman, mate. When he was younger, he's just like a little wrecking ball. It's cave time.
He's been good today, Jimmy Cameron.
Smith's going to be really important in this last quarter, whether or not he can finish off the 4 quarters.
He's been terrific, hasn't he? He taps it down, and Camilleri, though, roves it and is claimed in a tackle immediately by Speedy. Camilleri's been the cooler or the tagger on Speedy today. They've had a good battle. He's found a role, Camilleri, in this side. As Rain, again, gets over the top, knocks it towards the boundary. Halsel's upended by the hard body of Bashir, puts it over the boundary in front of our commentary position. I think Heath is coming off for a rest.
Yeah, I think his petrol ticket, Smithy, although he's done a really good day, there's just starting to get a little bit flat, so we'll watch out for that.
Bowled back on. Cameron and Bashir, great tap by Rain to Bashir, but the handball's intercepted by Escorido. Escorido kicks long inside 50. No one can mark. Again, the defence was there. Lachlan amongst them, and Cornford, who is a very reliable shutdown defender, knocks to the boundary in front of Simon Goosey, who's up and about with his team. 2 goals in arrears, but fighting back here.
Well, they've definitely lifted Mornington
to
start this last quarter.
47 to 59. Having kicked the last couple. One before 3/4 time, one early in the last. Smith taps it down. Brown swung around in a tackle. And the umpire says no. He was taken straight away, going nowhere in a hurry. Thrown up again. Just outside attacking 50 for the Dogs. Tapped down by Rain. Missed by Bold. Camilleri's there. Swings out of a tackle on the left. Kicks close to the boundary with a hooking ball. And it goes out of bounds just before Dalziel could get there for the Dogs.
Got a lot of raps on Camilleri. I reckon he's a really good player, but just panics a little bit when he gets the ball in his hand. Just a little bit with his disposal. If he can clean that up,
from
very good player.
Within the club, his disposal's not brilliant, but his hardness is sensational.
Yeah, that's not
absolutely sensational. Boundary throw-in, almost true wing position. Broadcasting from the social club room. Smith beaten by Rain. Rain shoved him out of it. Throws it on the boot. Wobbles a kick inside 50 for the Tigers. Attacking it hard. Good play to bring it to ground was Rowler to Kane. And now on the end of it as they come out of the fence again. The kick, though, was actually pretty good by Gorka in the end. And he picks out a teammate marking on the outer side of the ground. And this is the left footer, Brown. Brown will kick long, inside 50, looking for someone to mark. No one can take the mark. Fisted away at ground level. Picked up by North again.
No,
Here's a left footer again. He rose brilliantly, but no one's home. And they can clear the ball out of defence. McGuinness has had a bounce. There is no one on his side of the ground. Has a bounce. The pursuit was great. And Big Ryan Smith drops the mark. He dropped the pudding, the big fella. He dropped the pudding, bounced off his chest. As McGuinness was running out of defence, I thought the chase was outstanding by the Dogs forward line.
He did a great job. He positioned himself perfectly
down
the line.
And he couldn't hang on, the big fella. So it's a neutral contest. 59 plays 47, 6 gone last quarter. Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Won by Rain at the Rove.
Harry Bold.
Was Searle, knocked off it by Bold. Philippine hands and knees under pressure. Got the hand pass out while being claimed. Sewell was bowled over. And Heath was there. And talking of being bowled over, Bold also bowling him over. Thanks for laughing. Boundary throw-in.
They're definitely putting time into Jimmy Cameron at every contest. If you have a look, he'll have hand on and make sure he doesn't get a go at the pill.
Yeah, Searle on him at the moment. Smith, Rain, tips it to the back. Bashir gets through a tackle with a hand pass to Harvey on the outside. Harvey inside 50. Second grab. Is that our mark of the day for Catapult?
Great mark.
It will be mark of the day. And a chance to put a bit of pressure on. This is the man that won the game for them a couple of weeks ago, Chris Butner.
He likes a bit of
with
junk
2
time,
goals
doesn't
in
he?
5 minutes.
Junk time Butner, we call him.
He does, yes. I'll get you for this, Butner. 45 metres out directly in front.
No, he killed them at Devon that day.
He did,
Really
kick
smashed
5.
up. That's a terrific mark.
This to make the margin 3 goals. Our candidate for mark of the day for Catapult Sports.
You going to back him?
I'm backing him.
45
metres out. The commentator's curse. This to give them a 3-goal lead. Chris Butner.
He's missed
it.
He's missed it.
No, he hasn't. Must have just snuck that in. I'm not sure about that.
I don't reckon he kicked it.
But the goal umpire moved so far. He was almost shaking hands with us in the social club rooms here at Mornington.
The young boys behind the goals are going bananas.
Anyway, it's been given, and it might be the goal that could break the Camels back. 9-11-65 to 6-11-47 for Chris Butner. 7 minutes played in the last quarter.
Usually if you kick those ones or it's pretty close, you get around with the hands up, make a bit of noise so the umpire thinks it's going to go your way.
I'm not sure
he
he
wasn't
thought
giving
it was a goal.
then, was he?
Looking at the replay for Anytime Fitness with over 500 plus gyms around Australia. We thank all our sponsors. Back in the middle.
He deserved it for the mark.
Oh, it was a great mark.
Great mark.
But you've got to still kick the goal. Tap down.
Harry
Escarito. Heath. Escarito running forward again. He's been good, Escarito. Kicks inside 50. Kick wasn't great. Wobbles to the top of the goal square. North, a hand pass out. Swinging one, swinging another. Grant on the left as he wobbled it in. I wonder whether his was as close as the shot at the other end from Butner, but Grant just couldn't quite balance enough on the left and misses.
But that's where they've been falling down all day with Mornington, is that last finish. He's been playing well, the young fella, but just missed the target going forward.
6-12-48 to 9-11-65, 17-point lead on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Lachlan back into play. Quint, he lowers the eyes and finds him in the back pocket at the town end of the ground.
He's going to go long down the line to Rain.
Football left. Quint will kick towards the halfback flank. Rain is up. Goes through his fingers, and Escarito's been okay. I don't know what Macklin was doing. Just completely misjudged it. And Escarito might have shoved him in the back. It's a wobbly ball to centre half forward. North up. Fisted away by McGuinness. At the Rove, Speedy. He's upended. He kicks high towards the goal square. Who's going to mark it? It's a mark on the second grab. Mark on the second grab to Goosey. Goosey's got it like his old man. He's taken a spectacular mark on the second grab and a candidate for Catapult Sports mark of the day.
Geez, they were lucky again, Mornington. They went high to centre half forward again to a contest. Very, very lucky, but great mark from Goose. Very good finisher too.
He is a good finisher. 6 last week, 1 today. I'll back him as well.
Oh, no. You're the curse.
On an angle. 25 metres out, 30-degree angle. This to cut the margin. Back to 11 points. Goose has kicked the goal. He's got a couple now.
Here we go.
Like father, like son. 7-12-54. Have we got a grandstand finish like we did 2 weeks ago between Seaford and Devon Meadows on Game Faces match of the day? Thanks to Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the Peninsula since 1979 as the St Andrews Beach Brewery replay shows that goal kicked by Goosey for his second today. And the margin back to 11 points. They've kicked 3 of the last 4.
They've got to be careful of this contest, Mornington, because they've got the ruckman off at the moment, Smithy. So Macklin Rain should have free roll at it. So just be careful with the contest.
Escarito's doing okay, though. He's giving away height, but he does well with the leap. Sockered by Philippine. Clearing congestion. Fisted away again. Good play by Rowler, but only as far as Quint for Seaford. Kicks down the line, looking for Cransbuehler, opposed to Jacoby. And it's out of bounds. Front of our commentary position before Speedy could get a hand on it at half forward.
He's toe on him, Quint, doesn't he? Very, very toey.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, very good.
Playing on another youngster in Carl, who came in for Perry Lewis-Smith, who was held back by Port Melbourne as an emergency again today. Boundary throw-in. Rain the tap. What a great tap that was. Read brilliantly by Bashir. He got tagged inside 50. Reading it best and taking the mark is Butner. How good was the tap by Rain? That was magnificent footy.
But if you're a Mornington and you're on ballers and you've got a disadvantage in the ruck, you've got to get goal side and block their run toward goal. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
But that's an inexperienced midfield as well.
This to make the margin 17 points. Now, Butner kicked a goal before that just squeezed in.
Oh, yeah.
We're right behind this on about a 30-degree angle, 40 metres out for his second goal in 5 minutes to make the margin 17 points. That looks pretty good. He sneaks it in. He knows it's a goal. That's definitely a goal. That snuck in, only just snuck in, but it snuck in. 10-11-71, the Tigers. They keep finding the answers against the Gallant Bulldogs, who are 7-12-54. They've been my football team in the AFL for so long, and I've said Gallant for so long about them.
We talked about that when Smith was off having a break, that Macklin Rain, we had to watch him. But those guys around the contest have got to talk to each other and understand that they're going to get dominance through the ruck. And they didn't do it at that occasion. Macklin Rain was terrific, straight through and away we go. Smith's back in the ruck now against Rain.
That's on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Can they cut the margin again? Smith wins it. Cameron, the clearance defensively, had to get rid of it quickly. He's being tackled. Quint bumped off it by the hard body of Heath, who's on the bottom of the pack, racing all over him. Going nowhere in a hurry, and Heath did receive a bit of treatment from Damien Race and then thrown up on the wing.
That was good attention to detail too, because they said to watch Cameron at the stoppage. Even though he got the ball from the stoppage, he was under pressure.
Thrown up, Smith taps it down at the road. Philippone to half forward. Good play by Hobson to bring it to ground. Teagle does well. Feeds a hand pass out in the road though at half back. Jacoby. Little hand pass on the give on the outside to Hobson, to Speedy, to Cameron, and now to Brown. Daisy cutting kick, didn't find his teammate. Brown will get it on the half volley again after the mark was dropped by O'Connor. Kicks down the line in front of our commentary position, but good play to escort it over the boundary as Cornford of Seaford out of bounds at half back.
Must be frustrating. Just they can't finish it off when they get the pill in hand and get a little bit of space and just got to hit that target.
17-point lead. Such a big game for the Bulldogs. They'll be 5-7 if they lose, 6-6 if they win. Boundary throw in. Tapped down by Rain again. Rode by Philippine. Didn't take it with him. Got support in Jenkins, but Philippine had Brown hanging off him as he was trying to get control of the footy. He'll take the free kick when he wasn't in possession. Delivers to centre half back to Jenkins. Marking on defensive 50. Will swing to the outer side of the ground now to Giddings Constable, and the kick was not good. Missed the target. There's been a bit of that today. Out of bounds at half back on the outer side.
He had 25 metres either side to himself, and all he had to do was put it near him. Frustrating as a coach to have that.
Certainly is, and it's another neutral contest, attacking side of the wing at the town end of the ground. The Bulldogs down by 17 points, but fighting hard. We're 14 minutes into the last quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Rain, Smith, tapped down again, picked up. Brown a hand pass, pushes it forward once more. Good play though at the back by Rayson, going back, helping as a defender. Wobbles a kick towards the wing. Quint is quick. He'll run onto it now. He arrives. He's at half back. Bullets a kick down the line to Kennedy, who leads nicely. Marks in front of our commentary position.
He's a good player, Quint.
He is. Kennedy launches inside 50. Who's going to mark? Oh, great mark from behind by Butner. Candidate for mark of the day for Catapult Sports. Ben Searle was nearly killed playing in front, but he's a hard nut. He'll get up and keep going. Anyone with tattoos you would never discount. Hard on the boundary is Butner. He's kicked a couple already in this quarter. Can he kick another one? He kicks to the top of the goal square. Who's going to mark? Fisted down by Hobson. Got a very decent fist on that. Tom Loney was window shopping with intent too, but he didn't buy anything because the ball got away from him, through for a behind. And the margin back to 18 points.
That's not bad, mate.
Kane will go down the middle. He finds Cameron, takes the mark at half-back on the edge of the centre square. Will feed a hand pass inside to Brown. Gets confronted by Bashir. Feeds a hand pass over the top now to Lothian. Lothian gets a hand pass out now. Running out of room. Under pressure. Kicking around the body. That was a great kick. And the player that was running out of room, but to kick it around the body was North, and eventually finds a target, and this is Goosey.
That was a great kick. Great
it was.
Vision. I don't know if they were calling over the other side of the ground, but the vision was fantastic.
But he looked a bit awkward the way he hooked it around the body, but it was a beautiful kick.
Too loose on that other side.
Yeah, they were.
Joshy Halsell.
Skipping in. Can he kick this
He
goal?
can.
Oh, he certainly can. That's a great goal. Another one on the board.
Not going
The
away.
Dogs are not going anywhere. Margin back to 12 points. Goosey's kicked his third.
That was Halsell.
Sorry, Halsell kicks his first goal of the day. Thanks, Chris.
That's all right, mate.
And he got in the right position to kick an outstanding goal, the wingman, and cuts the margin back to 12 points. He got in the right place at the right time. 8-12-60 from that excellent kick from North. It was a look-away kick, wasn't it, to 10-12-72 at the 16-minute mark of the final quarter.
Very important here in this contest that Smith's able to go with Rain, not give him an easy go.
Smith, I need two in a row.
Well. Did well.
Overrunning at Racing. Handball Camilleri on the outside. Harvey, non-preferred right, sort of lands luckily in the lap of Quint. Plays on, delivers in short to Racing. Racing on one knee, takes the mark. He's already kicked goal of the day for Catapult. And he'll go back and slow it down at the 17-minute mark of the last quarter with his team 2 goals in front. They've had the advantage for most of the day, but it's been a really tight scrap.
I like Quint. He's good.
He's a good player.
Not only is he quick, he's actually patient with the ball and hits a target. Very good.
About a 25, 30-degree angle he kicks.
Racing,
oh, it's a magnificent kick by Racing. Not sure he got all of that, but it just slid beautifully. And it was carried through for a goal low and flat. And he's so happy with himself. He's kicked 2 and 31 for the season, the veteran. And they're back to 3 goals in front. What a contest this is. It's 11-12-78 Seaford on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. 8-12-60 Mornington. Our major sponsor is, of course, Jeff Wignall Ford, servicing the Peninsula since 1979.
He's given it the old Draymond Green, eh? The big muscle guy. He must have been watching a bit of the NBA Finals, I reckon, Raso. But, yeah, they get close, Mornington, then Seaford put one on them, don't they?
They do. 3 goals, throwing up again. Smith, Rain, out of the middle again. Heath, kickers run down.
Oh,
Cransbuehler knocked off it by Heath.
Again.
Here's Quint again, who's had such an influence. Feeds a hand pass out to Bashir. Kicks to Racing again. Great interception to fist down. Close to the boundary by Ash. Hands and knees hand pass. Got it out quickly. Bold kicks it down the line again. And unfortunately for Escorito, a rare error from him. He had a fumble. He looked up and couldn't take it cleanly out of bounds on the wing.
Sorry, mate. I was just checking our boy Quint to see how old he was, and he's still eligible for 19s. Geez, that's exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting. Matt Kennedy's another one. Harvey's another one.
Yeah. Is Harvey still as well?
Yeah. Boundary throw it. Angus is another one. Thanks, boys. Angus Giddings comfortable. Thrown back into play. Ball's on the wing on the outer side. Mitch Jenkins is another one. Thanks, fellas. Half the team is then. As they go inside 50, the Dogs. Great kick and a good mark to Goosey.
Oh, they're not going away.
It was Brown again. I think Josh Brown's got a lot of important touches in the last quarter. He squeezed that one forward and found Goosey in the right forward pocket.
Good man to have the ball in. He doesn't miss too often.
No.
Either. Very good kick of the ball.
Jesse McManus, another one, has been playing with the Stingrays. It's about half the team. Nearly half the team, boys.
it's
Hard on the boundary. Goosey for another one. He's just missed to the right-hand side.
Could be a handy point, though, Dan.
Well, they need 3 goals. They'll need them quickly. We're nearly, 19 minutes into the last quarter. 8-13-61 to 11-12-78 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Experience the difference with the right home loan.
Generally, you'll find that there's not too many quarters that don't go 30 minutes here,
nah,
mate. With the
25
ground.
The last quarter, though.
Was it?
It was. Giddings comfortable to Lachlan and then to the outer back pocket. This is Frey. He'll hoist it down the line towards the wing. Almost a big mark. No mark taken. Big Smith is there. He couldn't quite get the handle on it. Racing. Sockers it forward. In the road is Hobson. Dogs with numbers. They feed a little hand pass out and it finds the boundary once more on the outer side of the ground. 78-61. 20 minutes gone in the final quarter. They need the next one, the Dogs. Then they probably need the next one after that to have any chance. They just can't get the margin less than just under 2 goals. Boundary thrown again to the back. Quint, how good's he been in this last quarter? His hand pass misses the target of Teakle, but he gets it back again. He's buttering up superb. He plays a 9-9 kick to Matty Kennedy. Kennedy was shoved out by, well, that was silly play by Kane. Just a lack of frustration because Kennedy had lost his footing and really had lost his balance, and then he was shoved forward to make it even worse. So we'll get the free kick at right half forward, Kennedy. Kennedy heads into the pocket. Bashir takes the mark. Candidate for Catapult Mark of the Day and best on ground for the Rosebud Country Club Titleist golf balls. I'm not sure whether he plays golf, but he might be our favourite to win that today. He's on about a 25 to 30 degree angle. A lot of the Seaford boys are behind us. They can answer all our questions.
He's a fan favourite at Seaford. Don't worry about that.
He certainly is. This to just about put the game beyond doubt and make it their 8th win of the season. 8 wins in 9 matches for the Tigers. Isaac Bashir kicks through the footy and he's hit the post.
Best player in the comp
on the way through. 18-point lead, 11-13-79 to 8-13-61 on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Kane to inbound. Time running out at the 22nd minute mark. Kane will go straight down the middle.
What's going on there? And they've called it back for some reason. 50.
50 metres.
Oh.
And we know how small this ground is.
Yeah.
Front edge of the centre square. Kane now driving long towards half forward, getting up almost a good mark. Not quite able to hang on to it was Dalziel off hands. North has been good this quarter. Handballs to Heath, but well tackled by Angus Giddings Constable. Forced the ball to be dislodged on Speedy, I should say, and he wasn't able to get hold of it and out of bounds.
Yeah, now we're talking about with Seaford pushing numbers behind the ball. Lachlan was the one in that last contest that went behind the ball. You watch for him to put a couple back now and see how Mornington react, whether or not they've got enough to even up the numbers behind the ball.
Holding the ball, Harvey, and Bashir received a whack by Cameron. It was a terrible kick by Harvey. And really on that, and 50 metres, Cameron, no, it's not 50 metres. It's going to be a free kick and North will stay on the mark. Bashir caught one. Kicks it wide, looking for Searle. Did he stay in the line? No, he's just come on, and he's marked it before he's come on the ground. And actually, it was out of bounds on the full, and he tried to con the umpire. Rowler in short to Brown. Brown a half-distance pass finds his teammate against Speedy for the Bulldogs. Left half forward. Speedy now centering ball towards centre half forward.
Oy.
They fly. No one can take the mark. Off hands. Loose ball again. Waiting down at the back. Good tackling laid by the Seaford defenders. Teakle was there. Comes out the back. Picked up now by Dalziel. Dalziel launches long. Dalziel launches long to keep his team in the game, and a candidate for goal of the day for Wealth Pool. Brilliant goal.
They won't go away, mate.
They will not go away.
This is where they've been, like they've got to this point and they haven't been able to kick the next one.
No, that's been their issue.
Had the answer on the way through. But yeah, geez, it's still. I think there's a little bit of time left in. We've had a couple of goals in this last quarter.
We have.
I reckon we've still got 4
been goal for goal. 9-13-67 to 11-13-79. A 2-goal lead with nearly 24 minutes gone in the last quarter on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. Candidate for goal of the day for Wealth Pool, call Tim and the team on 1300 827 172. Tap down again. Smith follows it up. Quick give on the outside to Cameron. Cameron now kicks towards half forward. Mark wasn't taken. Giddings Constable did well, but picking it up now. Brown had the kick run down. Good defence again by Cornford. He's under pressure. Hard on the boundary. Hooks around the body. High kick goes out of bounds on the full. The Dogs will be happy with that. And it'll be taken by Bold again. He's played a pretty good game.
Yeah, he's been good, Harry Bold. Very good.
In short.
Someone in short.
Yes, Dalziel.
Ooh. Can he make a hero out of himself? Put a couple on the board.
Well, there'll be 2 goals in a minute. He's right on the boundary. Very acute angle. 45-degree angle. 40 metres out when he kicks. This to make the margin. A goal at the 25-minute mark. Dalziel doesn't go for goal. Kicks to the top of the goal square. The mark. Which way?
Hodor.
Going to Hodor. Macklin Rain might have taken the face-saving mark. Last line of defence for Seaford. He gets the spearing kick out to Bashir. Kicks down the line. Quint couldn't take it. Off hands, they've got the numbers at the back. The Bulldogs. Kane back inside 50 again. The pack launches. No one can mark. Ball's at ground level. Comes out again. Good clearing hand pass by McManus. But in the end, the Bulldogs are able to clear it and get the footy back. And a quick kick to the top of the goal square by Goosey, and Park, not Hayden Park, Hugh Park takes it last line of defence. I called him Hugh 2 weeks ago. Elects to play on. Mark not taken by Frey. Good play, Cameron, to do well to get it out to his teammate who hooks around the body and kicks it behind.
They need some. Both sides are very young at this stage. You need some experience to finish off the game. So they just need.
They need Rayson back there. They need Bashir, Philippine back there. They're missing obviously Vance Atar today.
Along this side to Rain. Got to go long
11
this side
points.
to Rain.
Back into play. Rain is up. He's the man, but it might get further than him. Going up
they give you
is Gorka. Free kick which way? It'll go to the Bulldogs. They're within 11 points. Nearly 26 minutes gone. He kicks back inside 50. Centering ball. Didn't find the target. Playing in front was Philippine, and they hold it up 45 out from the Bulldogs' goal. But they're coming. They're coming hard as Cornford is the last player up.
If they're going to go long this side with Rain, they had to get numbers there. They didn't on that occasion.
Rain the tap. Bashir misses. Pinched by Helsel. Helsel to full forward. Can anyone mark? They can't. Ball weights down. Chance for the Dogs. Picked up.
Brown,
Handball comes out. Brown receives. Brown shoots. Brown touched behind. Margin 10 points. He received a hand pass outside the pack and misses. Margin 10 points. Game's on a knife's edge.
Rightio.
Back into play. Giddings Constable into the back pocket.
Hold the ball.
Finds Hugh Park again. Back pocket out of side. We've played nearly 27 minutes in the last quarter. High hoisting ball towards the half-back line.
Smith.
But Smith takes a good mark. He's had a great contest with Hodor today. Back inside 50. And a mark taken on the second grab by Speedy. Can he kick the distance?
He's got the distance here, mate.
He's got the distance.
It'll just come down to accuracy.
This to cut the margin to 4 points. Adrian Speedy, one of the great leaders of this Mornington Football Club. They've kept coming all day. Have they got enough time? 10 points the lead. 9:15:69 to 11:13:79. Speedy on the left. He drives it long. He drives it long. Goal of the day for Wealthpool. Margin 4 points. The Seaford boys have a swig of their beer behind us. They're about to go and get another one. Thank you, boys. Thank you for the theatre. 4 point lead. We're 27.5 minutes into the last quarter. Holtz.
So that's inexperience. Twice they tried to hit Macklin Rain coming out of defence, and twice they missed him by about 5 to 10 metres. And then it went straight back into Mornington's forward line. They can't afford to do that this time of the contest. This is a massive centre break here, mate.
10:15:75 to 11:13:79. Mornington have been on the wrong end of a lot of close ones this year. Rain wins it. Rode by Heath. Heath drives it back inside 50. Wobbly ball close to the boundary. Goosey's there again. He's kicked 3. He's had a huge influence and he runs it out of bounds. 40 metres from goal at the town end of the ground. The Seaford boys are getting nervous. The Mornington people are nervous. It's on a knife's edge up here in the social club rooms, calling the last few minutes of this game. For Jeff Wignall forward, boundary throw in. As a few more boys do what Rod Marsh did in the 82-83 fourth test. They go to the bar and get more beers. It'll be thrown up again, 45 metres from goal.
A lot around this contest, Dan.
10:15:75 to 11:13:79. Tap down by Smith. Hands and knees, hand pass comes out towards Bashir. Bashir caught one in the head once, not twice, 3 times, holding the ball. He received one of the headers. He sent us to centre half forward. Is there a mark to Mornington? There is. There's a mark to Mornington at centre half forward. Bashir caught one in the head. He kept going. He was tackled in possession. I think he was very unlucky. And Adrian Speedy might be about to put his team in front. He's a little bit closer, I think, than the previous kick.
Yep.
This to give his team a 2 point lead at the death.
Where's the siren? Where's the siren, Dan?
75 to 79. 29 minutes played. Big last quarter this by the Bulldogs. They've finally managed to kick a few consecutive goals. This for their 4th win on the bounce. Speedy from 45 metres. Speedy kicks and Speedy misses behind. Seaford live again. Seaford live again. 10:16:76 to 11:13:79. What would you do now?
Coming out of the back line. They've got to be smarter. Hit Rain, get it within
Giddings
5
Constable's
metres of him.
just got to probably aim for the broadcast side, and he does. Kicks to a pack of players at half-back. Who's going to mark? No one can. At the drop, Bashir. Handballs to Kranzbuehler. They're out. They're out. Handballs to Searle. Back to Bashir. Bashir 1 bounce. Bashir 2 bounces. Handballs now to Philippone. Philippone 40 out. Philippone goal! And Seaford win the game. And the Seaford boys are fired up behind us. That should be the game. The two Bash brothers put it beyond doubt. Philippone and Bashir, they kick it coast to coast. Speedy misses. Philippone kicks the goal, and the Tigers might be home in an absolute thriller. By 9 points, 12-13-85 to 10-16-76. Don't do it, Brian Taylor, on me. Get rid of the wowee. Get rid of the wowee. It's a load of rubbish.
Wow, what happened there? That contest that they had, for once they hit Rain and they had numbers at the ball and then they were away.
And the two best players of the team got the footy.
Oh, exactly.
Back in the middle, Rain knocks it down again. Here's Philippone.
High.
In the sandy centre wicket area, holds it up once more. Time's going to beat Mornington. They've been gallant again. But Seaford have been in front all day and looks like they're going to win their 8th game and stay in touch for a spot in the top 5, which looked highly unlikely when they dropped their opening 3 games of the season quite comfortably. But Paul Kennedy said, Dan, have faith. Handball comes out to Harvey. Now they've got a chance. Mornington again. Player brought down. Heath holding the ball. Quint has had an enormous last quarter, one of the youngsters. One of the many under-19 players in this team, still eligible, has the footy at half-back. He will kick down the line. Bangs it long towards half-forward. Broadcast side of the ground. No mark taken. At the drop. Held up in a tackle. Good play to hold them up there was Rowler, number 34 for the Bulldogs. And Matt Kennedy made a good contest, though, for the Tigers. And it'll be thrown up again with his team 9 points up. Nearly 32 minutes gone in the last quarter.
Oh, didn't I? 30-minute quarters.
Well, the last quarter went 25 minutes. Rain, open-handed slap, hacked out of mid-air by Kane for the Dogs.
Halsell.
One last chance, picked up by Halsell, brought down but gets boot to ball, kicks inside 50, and a good mark by Giddings Constable doing his job again, marking at half-back.
We like him.
Stemming the tide, kicks wide again, has a teammate marking at half-back. This is McGuinness. McGuinness kicks down the line again and finds Lachlan, the veteran. The 32-year-old can take his time. Slow it down. His side look like they'll get the 4 points. They lead by 9 points on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard. High kick to the wing. Great intercept mark. Good play to bring the ball to ground. Lothian gets the hand pass out for the Bulldogs, but he probably should have gone back and had a kick. He just wanted to get the play going. You can understand that. Siren! Seaford hang on!
Wow.
Seaford hang on, and they win their 8th game of the season. Could have knocked the Dogs out of finals contention. What a game of footy. Seaford, if I keep seeing you every week, I might be in hospital next week. You are heart stoppers. 12-13-85 Seaford. Mornington 10-16-76. And that is the score on the Jigsaw Finance scoreboard, thanks to our major sponsor today, Jeff Wignall Ford and Chris Holcomb. What a game of footy.
Isn't it amazing, though? Like we said, the reason that Mornington got back into the game is that Seaford couldn't execute coming out of their back half. So Macklin Rain's down the line. A, they didn't get numbers to them, and B, they missed the target by 10 metres. Mornington go back in the score. Then the game's on the line. They actually hit the target, have the numbers there, and Bashir and Philippone straight down, and he kick a goal. It's not hard, but it's the execution at the end of the game with a young team. But geez, they were good. They deserved that, Seaford. But if Speeds had to kick that goal, what would happen then?
Mornington had a crack, didn't they?
Oh, they're
all
great.
day.
They're the young team. They're both young teams, and they both have a crack. Really happy with Nate Heath. Tried hard all day. Really happy with Smithy in the ruck. He tried hard against one of the bigger ruckmen, and he held his own. He probably just run out of petrol tickets in that last quarter. And that was probably the thing, because Rain had a really big last quarter, didn't he? And he gave first use of the ball to the Seaford on ballers. So, Smith went really well for his 2nd game of senior football. It's probably just that key target up forward and the inability to hit targets in their forward 50 that probably cost them the game, because they had a lot of forward 50 entries.
They did.
It'd be interesting to see the stats during the week.
More than Seaford, didn't they?
Yeah,
really?
well, it'd be interesting to see what actually happened there with the stats, because scoring shots were equal. It was just the way that they were going about it. It seemed like Mornington always had to scrap and fight to try and get their goals. Whereas Seaford, on the other hand, they're probably a bit
Well,
better with their
that
boys.
last goal just showed the class of Bashir and Philippone together. They're great players, aren't they?
Well, Div 2's like that. You've got your couple of elites in sort of each side that really finish off well, and you can tell the difference. Like, you get around the ground kicking and using all the team, and it gets harder and harder. That's why Langwarrin are so good at the moment, because they have the ability to spread across the field and be elite across the field with their ball use, and a lot of Div 2 teams can't do that over the 18 players on the field.
So, terrific game of footy. We need to go through our awards. Best on ground for the Rosebud Country Club, the Titleist golf balls. Who do you reckon? I think Bashir.
Well, Bashir and Philippone were fantastic. Macklin Rain in the last quarter. Mornington, Nath Heath tried hard all day. Speedy was really good all day.
Josh Brown.
Now, at the end of the day, you can say it's your vote, mate, but I really like the kid.
Hunter Quint.
I want to give him the balls. He might not have been the most influential player of the day. He was elite when it counted. He's very clean with his ball use. He was quick. I just want to give him the golf balls. I think Bashir and Philippone were probably best on, but let's give the young kid the balls.
And remembering, as the Seaford boys kept telling us, we've got a lot of under-19 players still eligible, and he's one of them. Isn't that great?
7 or 8 under-19 players.
Yes, that indicates the future's good.
But he was head and shoulders when guys get the ball and they get in a little space. He actually finished off really well.
Yeah.
So might not have been best on ground today, but we're going to give him the balls, I reckon.
Goal of the day, Raso again.
Well, it's hard to,
It's a magnificent goal, wasn't it?
His old man was spruiking it up at three-quarter time
Was he?
too when I come out. He goes, "Did you see that goal, Hawks?" And I said, "I certainly did, Mr. Racing. I saw that goal, and I reckon it's in the bag."
He wins the goal of the day for Wealthpool with income streams paying 8 to 14% per annum. Find out how you can eliminate your mortgage, create more wealth, and boost your super. Call Tim and the team on 1300 827 172. And Catapult Sports, of which a few of the players today wore the trackers, of which Mitch Harvey was one of them, Ishak Bashir of Seaford another, Tyler Hobson of Mornington being another as well, and Matthew North of Mornington. So there are a number of players that were wearing the trackers today, and our mark of the day for Catapult Sports, creating technology to help athletes and teams perform to their true potential. Who do you reckon?
I don't know, you had a couple of names
down. Butner took a very, very strong mark, didn't he, near the end?
Yeah, he did.
And that was a ripper.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of good marks. Macklin Rain took a face-saving mark at the end, didn't he, when Mornington were coming?
Yeah, he did. There wasn't anything that really stand out. Maybe give it a Butner.
Butner's mark, and he kicked a couple of important goals in the last quarter. He knows when to chip in and chime in and make a presence felt for his team.
He's one of those blokes that'd be good late in the night at the nightclubs. Like that last hour, he excels
The wingman, you reckon?
I reckon he'd go all right.
So there you go. Great game of footy. Well,
that snuffs out Mornington.
It does, and Seaford now 8-4, still right in the mix. We probably need to go around the grounds if we can quickly for Mornington Timber and Decking.
That'd be
and then we'll go and get
interesting,
some interviews. And Mornington Timber and Decking have got the highest standards in both quality and service. Call reception on 5975 1031 or John Gash directly on 0427 028 450. What do you got for me?
Rightio, let's go Div 1. So Sereno have ended up beating Edithvale by 22 points, which is a good effort.
Considering they were 6 goals to 1 down at quarter time.
Yep. Bomb Beach ended up winning by 30 points over Rosebud.
That's a good effort by Rosebud.
Red Hill and Mount Eliza, 3 points.
Mount Eliza.
Yes, Mount Eliza just got over.
Red Hill have been unlucky with the close ones this year. The draw and a close one against Rosebud, another close one today.
I'm going to leave the Pines Dramana game for a second. Frankston YC ended up beating Bombers by 26 points, which Bombers stuck it out, but obviously not good enough. Pines Dramana.
Pines won.
10-10-70.
Yeah.
To Dramana, 11-4.
70. Draw. So Dramana have had their second draw of the season.
Yep.
Second draw of the season for Dramana.
How's that going?
Well, that might cost Pines a spot in the finals. If they had won and Dramana lost today, they would have replaced them inside the top 5. It's still a lot of footy to be played yet, isn't it?
Unbelievable, yeah.
Oh, it's a great competition, isn't it?
We got a turn up in Div 2, which actually sets a bit of the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah.
So Chelsea look like they're going to lose to Langwarrin. They were 26 points at the moment down. Kringle Pearcedale. Kringle got up by 7 points.
Peacedale just falling away a bit, aren't
They're
they?
a young really young
They
team.
didn't play that well against Tyre last week, but won. Got beaten with the last kick of the day by Chelsea the week before.
Kringler are a very good team, though.
Oh,
they
they
just
are.
haven't got it together on the ground.
Yeah,
so
well,
their win against...
They've also
Peacedale,
beaten Somerville as well. They've just got to put 4 quarters together, but they're finishing matches well, and they came from a long way back against Mornington early in the season.
Well, they've got something that not other teams have got in Div 2. They've got 2 big key forwards.
Yeah,
that
Darcy
actually
Hope
clump the
and
ball.
Riley Darcy, correct.
So if they can get it right in the midfield and behind the ball, they'll be dangerous.
They'll stay in the race now.
Yeah, 100%. Summy ended up beating Crib Point by about 26 points. Good effort from Cribby. We had the result here, obviously, and then Devon Meadows. 14-11 to 1-7 against Rye. So
disappointing,
Devon Meadows,
right?
Yeah,
and
they
Devon
are.
Meadows got back on the winners list after dropping their last 2, so they stay right in the mix.
Big results there, mate.
Well, Hulks, you're going away for a couple of weeks. You have a great holiday with your family. I wish your parents all the best, and we'll see you in a few weeks' time. Thanks again for all your help today. A magnificent game of footy. Seaford get the chocolates. We'll get some interviews for our Facebook pages, and there's more sport coming up on Game Face tonight. For the first time, we're going down to do the Big V Division 2 Mornington Breakers, men and women. The women are playing the Surf Coast. You're yet to win a game.
I played for the Breakers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you play well?
Yeah, but I give it up when I was about 17
to play footy.
But yeah, no, I played seniors with Breakers.
And the men are taking on Pakenham, a battle between 2nd and 4th on the ladder before they then travel up to the Dandenongs tomorrow to meet Sherbrooke. So they've got a big doubleheader, the Mornington Breakers men. So we're looking forward to it tonight. We're broadcasting it for the first time on Game Face. Thanks to all our sponsors, particularly Jeff Wignall Ford and Jigsaw Finance, who looked after the scoreboard, Anytime Fitness as well. And we thank Holly, we thank Nick for all their hard work today. They've done an outstanding job. Joanne as well. Thank you, Hulks. Enjoy your holiday.
Mate. No problem.
And we will catch you in a couple of weeks' time. Get your Game Face on.